if I saw another day, only to scream into the night. Nothing ever tries to change, even if I want to realize. 'Cause I've been sitting here, same old ways, taking off without the same mistake. Darling, when you go away, it won't be as simple for you.
Yo, guys, Old Man G here, RDS here. Sorry, my camera's off right now because my computer's bugging. Everyone knows backstage, I've had I took a massive L preparing for the show, guys. But I'm joined, I've got an amazing panel. Guys, I've got Eddie, got Factos, got Chainsaw, got Patrick, United fans, rival banter fans. Thank you guys for coming along for the United Forum. Where it's basically like an open hangout, but we'll start talking about United-related issues. Well, a little bit of rival banter aside as well, So first and foremost, guys, how are you doing? Is it hot where you are, guys?
32 degrees over here, man. So, just trying to get that fresh air, but it's hard, man. It's hard, man, with like the humid air as well. Don't know about you.
Yeah.
It's 38 degrees over here in London.
38?
Yeah.
It's
cooled down now, but at the peak it was 38.
Well, you guys are complaining over 38 degrees, man. Like, I used to, Patrick, man, it used to be like 45 degrees in Malawi sometimes.
I'm just listening. That's why I'm in the background listening to man saying 30. No, but it's all good, man. I get it. I get it. Like 30 for somebody who's never experienced it. But trust me, go to Malawi. Oh my God, man! If you walk barefooted right on the tarmac, your feet get stuck.
But Patrick, it's not so much the temperature, but it's the type because I was speaking to my parents, so and they were like the way the heat is, or maybe the way the sun is, it's like it's different back home in Africa than it's
different, man.
It's like a different type of.
You feel like you're getting cooked, like for real. Like you feel like you're getting cooked, and like
it feels like
get suffocated sometimes.
It feels like unhealthy microwaves are going on.
It's
like there's no fresh air at all, man.
It's bad. It's bad, man. When it's peak, it's
peak,
proper,
it's bad.
It's bad, man. It's bad.
But I don't know, like how I used to still play football in that
weather.
Yeah,
that's what I was thinking. I was telling my mom the other day. I was like, Mom, that time was like I used to be in a football team. I remember that time I was smaller. I wasn't this big before I got injured. Yeah, I was, and you know what? I was in the team, and I used to wake up. I used to track back. I was like, how was I doing that without any issue? But now I just walk to work, and my head is like, oh, my head is hurting. I was like,
it's crazy.
As a kid, I think as someone who especially works with kids, as I'm a child doctor, like kids just have more of a reserve usually. So when they conk out, like it's a lot. Usually that reserve has been closed. Whereas adults, I think, are a lot more prone to like dehydration, passing out, and all the rest of it. So maybe that's it. You're just like, I don't care about the sun. I'm just gonna go and play football and just kick a ball around, So. But right, let's get into the show, guys. Shout out to Samasi in the chat. Thank you so much for joining as well. Apparently, it's 25 degrees in Germany. I'd take 25 degrees right now, to be honest. I'd take 20. I think it's still 30 now, just like where I'm outside. So before we get into it, first and foremost, obviously United this week confirmed the signs of Lisandro Martinez and Christian Eriksen. So I just want to get the thoughts of the United fans on the channel, and then the Chainsaw and Patrick. How do you feel that Lisandro Martinez and Christian Eriksen will embed themselves into the team? And do you think they'll be successful at Manchester United?
Okay, so you've signed Christian Eriksen, right? And you've signed Martinez.
Yes, yeah.
I'm going to start off with the brother Martinez. Since this is open hangout and agendas must run, so I'm going to run the agendas. They'll
Right.
start.
Here
Okay.
we go. Here we
Okay.
go. If you say what you're about to say, and you're 5'9" yourself, come on.
I think it's 6'9", man.
Actually, I'm not. I'm actually 6 foot. I'm not that short, man.
You look tall, man.
Okay, so
then.
no. Okay, basically, Martinez, I worry for the brother because Nathan Ake is short. He's 5 foot something, and Nathan Ake was the shortest defender. Man United fans, I'm looking at you, Man United fans. I know there's a lot of you on this stream. You are laughing. Some of you are making jokes, saying, "How can you sign a midget for 40 million, or 41 million?" Some of you guys were laughing. No, not about you. I'm not talking about you. There's Man United fans there. Do you see?
Don't worry, I'll cook him.
Do you see what goes around comes around? You were talking. Now, guess what? You've got the shortest defender. But what I'm gonna say here is, do you know Messi is very short, right?
Yeah.
Yes, I saw something that you guys are gonna have to delete. You guys have to contact the Man United PR admins to go and find these pictures and delete them. Martinez was standing on a boat, right? Like on a pillow or on a chair.
Yeah.
Messi was standing below Martinez, and Messi was still taller than Martinez.
Come on.
That's a lie. That's got to be.
No, I don't believe it. I don't believe
That's a lie.
You don't believe in Photoshop?
I don't believe that. I don't believe that, Patrick. I don't believe that.
Where's the
I'm just a messenger. I'll be looking for that picture, but somebody was better. Then the point, people are so bad. They did lines, measured it out, pointed at him. Let me be serious for a minute. When Ake came to City, Ake is very good in the air, freakishly good in the air for some reason, better than our taller defenders. I don't know Martinez because I saw him. He was beaten by Nunes in the Champions League, and he was easily beaten. And it's the height. So is Ten Hag looking the fact that if Frankie de Jong doesn't come in, keeps acting like a baby, still crying for Barcelona maybe because they owe him money, is Martinez going to end up playing as a CDM? Because some people are telling me that he can cook as a CDM. I don't know if it's true. They're saying he can cook as a CDM, he can cook as a left back, he can also cook better than as a center back. And apparently, Ten Hag was watching the interview. The reason why he's crying for Martinez or twerking for him is because he's very aggressive and he's a very good defender. I can see with my 2 eyes, he's a very good defender. Anything out there is better than Maguire. Even my 13-year-old, my 6-year-old daughter who's playing football with her friends, she's defending better than Maguire right now as we speak. But what I can say is Christian Eriksen is a good buy. Why I'm saying this is I'll admit I wanted him at City at a point in time when he was going to Inter. I was like, David Silva is leaving. Can we not get Christian Eriksen? I think that's a good signing. That's a very, very good signing. You know why? Because Man United, you guys were missing a very creative midfielder. Yes, you talk about Bruno as a creative midfielder. No, Bruno is cross and inshallah. As soon as he gets the ball, he will cross it and try to find somebody. Yeah,
you
know.
KDB?
No. KDB,
no crosses and inshallah.
No. Let me break it down for you. The difference between Bruno and KDB is Pep said there's certain players who are good at passing, right? But they don't know how to slow down play and look for a pass sometimes. Well, Bruno just thinks that as soon as somebody runs, let me just hoof it. Sometimes you have to slow down the play. Let that guy make that run. It might be a dummy run and look for another pass. Bruno doesn't do that.
I'm not trying to defend Bruno here because
Adias, can you take the comment thing down so I can see if he's saying this? Yeah.
1 second.
Yeah.
With my laptop being there you go. Go man.
Factors, go ahead. I want to see the face as you defend Bruno.
I'm not trying to defend Bruno because he was absolutely trash last season. But like it's about styles of play.
He found the picture. Hey, man found the picture. My God, found the picture. So he when he sits on the chair, he's the same height as Messi. Stands on the chair.
Listen.
Can you do me a favor and zoom back?
Share it. Actually, can someone try and share it on the thing? Just because my computer's like.
Yeah, he has it. The guy up there has it. So go ahead about Bruno. What do you think, Bruno? I think there's Eriksen, David Silva, Bernardo, De Bruyne, and Gundo are some of the players who, even at the counter, I get pissed off, but they're smart. They slow it down and watch where they can hit it, or they already know where they're going to pass it.
Okay. Compare their numbers in terms of assists to Bruno and KDB. These guys are risk takers. Patrick, do you know what a risk taker is? It's somebody who takes a risk, and sometimes it pays off, and sometimes it doesn't. Where like the difference between Bruno and KDB, like you said, KDB is more.
Are we bringing stats now to this?
Don't bring last season stats.
Adias, can you make a smaller chat thing, man? What's this? Huh?
What? A smaller what?
There's a smaller format of the chat. There's a smaller format of the comment. It's smaller. It will not.
It's taking up the space.
There's something we can do, when you bring up the chat, it actually makes the screens of us.
Oh, it brings it up. Yeah, okay, fine. Okay, give me one second. Okay, you guys keep bantering, right? Okay, one second.
Because I want to see Factus's face as a fellow Malawian as he is trying to tell me that Bruno is better than De Bruyne. Go ahead.
Bro, I did not say he's better than De Bruyne. I did not say that. But my point is that they play different styles of football. Bruno is like you said, he sees a little gap, not a little gap, but he sees a gap and it's closing. He's gonna try that pass. Whereas De Bruyne will probably wait till somebody is set, then play the ball in front of them. Whereas Bruno would just, you know what I mean? He gets too excited. But at the end of the day, his assist numbers and his goals numbers, they are comparable to KDB. And when it comes to like losing possession and that sort of thing, forget last season. The season before, they were kind of similar. Do you see what I mean? And even last season, nobody created more chances than Bruno Fernandes.
Just like this. Did you see? Right.
Yeah, that's better. That's better, man. That's better. Can I say something? I don't hate on Bruno. It's just that there was very dodgy assists during his first season. Very dodgy ones where, like, look, there was 5 who somebody even made a video on YouTube. Dodgy ones where the ball just touched him. He was inevitable. Let's be honest. He was just inevitable. And then he was banging in. Yeah, then he was banging in pens and people were hyping. What I'm trying to say is, I'm telling you, believe it or not, I just think Bruno cannot. If a team packs the bus, right? I don't think Bruno can break that team down. But Ericsson, no. Listen, Ericsson can break that team down. There's people like Mata, Mata. Just unfortunately, Ten Hag has come in and Mata was the wrong side of 30. I swear to God, if Mata was young and Ten Hag came and found him when he was young, I would be scared of you guys. This Ericsson guy, man, I have seen him do things for that Tottenham side. I used to hate him when we play against him, and he used to do these balls where he threads it to Kane, where you're like, where did that come from? He just threads it. That's what you're looking for. Bruno, I think Bruno needs somebody like Ten Hag, because Ten Hag comes from the school of Pep. Believe it or not, these are Pep's disciples. To tell him to calm down, because Pep
Cruyff's disciples, even Pep himself, he's a disciple of a disciple. So.
Oh my God! But I want you to look at all the Ten Hag interviews. I want you to hear who he praises as this is the guy I'm trying to suit myself.
He pays homage, but he's not. He's not Pep.
So Patrick, is this one of those where the student surpasses the master type of thing? Are you talking about?
Oh, he will. I know Ten Hag will. He will.
Patrick. I hear what you're saying there. I know.
He will. You know what? I would like to hear one of you say. So, Andres, you think the student is going to surpass the master?
No. Patrick, you misheard me. What I said was Manchester City are definitely winning a Champions League this season. That's what I said. That's kind of what I said. So
you're bringing it to another thing. You're bringing it to another thing.
No. But that's
okay. All I can say is you guys have to be patient with Ten Hag, because if he's gonna play the same tiki taka, which he does. I think first season you're not going to see the supreme one like we didn't see, but you're going to have heart attacks when your keeper is trying to pass it from the back. We almost had heart attacks. The team that exposed us was Spurs, because Spurs pressed us from the front. Everton. They pressed us from the front, and that time we had people like Sanya, and we had people like Zabaleta in the back. Those guys were exposed. So I'm pretty sure that Ten Hag, the reason why he's fighting for Martinez, he knows that when we get pressed at the back, I need somebody good on the ball. Because just imagine if your team pushes up front, right? And you know how this Pep and them, the four backs sometimes tuck in, one goes in the front. Everybody's left, the two are left.
Yeah.
Do you think if there's a counter, Maguire is gonna catch Salah?
Oh no.
On Maguire, I'm thinking with Maguire, Ten Hag's just gonna, because he doesn't want to desettle the ship straight away. I kind of understand that. So
do you think he's gonna throw him out later?
He's going to keep this guy. Say that again.
Do you think he's gonna? Are you about to say that maybe he's gonna toss him out later?
I'm thinking he's just gonna, because he's trying to give the guys confidence. You hear everything now, yeah. He was saying about how Man United finished second in his press conference.
Bro, he said that Maguire's had a lot of success. I was
he's saying this. I know, but that's just gas, isn't it?
I think it's bigging him up because even Pep bigged up those guys. Isn't it? Pep bigged up some of the guys he got rid of at City.
Fernando. He's bigging up some of these guys, yeah, so we can have them on side, mentality-wise. And then when they betray his trust, then they're gonna go. We know Maguire cannot run.
So you think he's giving them like enough rope for them to kind of like hang themselves, basically?
Hang themselves on.
Yeah.
I hope so because listen, man, like tell me the truth. If you're a City fan or Liverpool fan and you're seeing your teams walk off onto the pitch from the tunnel and you see United team and you see Maguire at the front of it as the captain, does that strike fear into your team, or do you think one ball over the top or whatever, we can get these guys? You see what I mean? Like
on the real, it does. Maguire is a big man, so it does.
Stop it, man.
Guys, before I go to, let me quickly read some of these comments. So RDZ7, do you think Lisandro Eriksen might feature?
Were you about to say RD2? Is that what you're about to say, RD2?
Samasi says Martinez is a good player. A good CB, a little bit too small, but great at the ball. Good choice. Manchester United better sell Maguire, aka the fridge. He should be in jail in Greece. That is an interesting thing. That pending bail situation, Maguire. When is that? Does anyone know when that's supposed to be being resolved?
Nah, you guys are shameless. You guys are shameless. Is that how you want to get rid of him? You guys are shameless.
No.
It's like this ideas. It's like, how is that pending? How is that pending?
I was thinking the same thing because like money talks. We know this.
Can I just come in on Martinez? I know we went on a tangent. I didn't really get to speak about this guy.
Yeah, go on.
So the thing to me about Lisandro Martinez, I feel like he's a very shrewd business that Manchester United have done. I know we've paid 65 million pounds on him. I don't think it's that expensive when you put into context the fact that De Ligt is going for 80 mil. Ruben Diaz, I know you bought him for 71 mil, but then you gave him Otamendi as well. So you could argue that maybe that was a 90 mil kind of transfer. So he's not that bad, but like people are saying he's a midget and all this other stuff. First of all, if you're 5'9", your average height, you're not a midget. Do you know what I mean? But like, I hear the argument that in the context of a defender, he's definitely not the tallest. But then, Patrick, bro, you guys won the league with Otamendi and Fernandinho at the back. You see what I mean? It's about the style of football. And when it comes to heading the ball, this guy actually has one of the best heading stats in the Dutch league. I get it. It's the Dutch league. It's not the Premier League. But I've been to Holland, bro, and like, their average height is like 6'1". Like they're giants over there. So if he's able to like position himself in such a way like where he can put off like an attacker when he's jumping for the ball, or he can time himself so that he can actually get to the ball first, I feel like he will be okay. The only problem will be in corners. You brought the point about Darwin Núñez scoring a corner against him. I feel like if you're short and you're trying to defend a corner, like sometimes if somebody's got to run over you, there's nothing that you can do about it. So as long as a team we set up in such a way that we can sort of like minimize his deficiencies, I feel like we'll be okay. But on a positive note, this guy has a passing accuracy of 93%, bro. That's better than Van Dijk. Like, I'm telling you, within a year, you guys are gonna realize that this guy is the best ball playing centre back in the Premier League. Within a let him
Relax.
Playing the ball, G.
Continue. You're right. Continue.
Do you know what playing the ball is? It's like taking the ball from the centre back, passing between the lines, bro. Oh my God! I'm telling you, within a year. Why is that guy?
So 1 year. So you're saying 1 year? That's like within a year. He'll be the best. He'll be the best. Playing centre back.
Ball playing centre back in the Prem. You will be the best. Yeah.
Do you know who's got the best passing stats so far?
Yeah, Van Dijk has got 90%. I just told you this guy's got 93%.
It's actually Laporte from last season.
Yeah, and I was gonna say that as well. Like, he's gonna remind you of Laporte.
So he'll be better than Laporte, John Stones. Van Dijk.
Let's bet now. 2023, yeah.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
This guy will be the best
Adias, can you put him? Can you put him the solo thing?
Oh no!
Just put him, please. Please put him.
Bro.
Let him say it. Let him say it.
I've got a timestamp. I've got a timestamp here. So 20 minutes and 20 minutes and
So
20
2023, Martinez is going to be the best.
I'm saying give him a year to settle in. So by the end of 2024, he will be the best ball playing centre back. Ball playing, bro. I'm not talking about like heading and tackling. I'm talking about ball playing. When you give him the ball and he progresses it, or he passes it, or he crosses it, or he creates opportunities, that's what we're talking about. Yeah, we have to get this in writing because I know what you man are going to be saying. I go, he lost so many headers and shit. Ball play. Ball
yes,
play.
can I speak now?
Please.
Yeah, can I go, RDS?
Can I go after Michael? I'll go after Michael.
Let me go quickly.
Yeah, go on, Mike.
Because Patrick, I like Patrick. Patrick, he loves to troll United and Liverpool fans on the TL. I love it. Didn't Lisandro Martinez pocket your main man Haaland this season in the Champions League?
And Nunes as well.
I'm not even a United fan, by the way.
Yeah, he did. He did, man. Like, look. I'm telling you, what Fuck is saying is true. You man are right. This guy, I go as far as saying he'll be the best defender. Go, please.
So why you?
We've got to be calm with the Ten Hag acquisition.
Fatos, I will be watching. I will edit videos. I will edit videos.
Hold on, no. We're not
Patrick will do that.
One second. I'll let you talk. Listen, bro. This is pre-season. Nobody knows what's going to happen. Haaland could flop. Nunes could flop. Do you see what I mean? Anything could happen. So you can come back at me in 12 months' time, yeah? I could also come back at you and be like, let's look at Haaland. Do you see what I mean? We can only go off what we see right now. And yes, you're saying the Eredivisie tax exists. But bro, have you seen this guy? Like, you guys, look through football history. Who doesn't love a passionate Argentinian guy? Like somebody like Zabaleta.
Can I go now?
Yeah, you don't have to justify yourself, Factos. Like City spent 100 million on freakish, so it's okay.
Fuji Merchant.
I mean, just real quick before Chainsaw goes, because I was saying a point, yeah. We just got to really focus on that, the fact that the rest of this team, in terms of Man United's team, it's a lot of counter-attackers in there. Ten Hag's made 3 signings, and there's hardly anyone that suits his style. So we got to wait till we can say Martinez is going to do this and do that, because he's going to have to be dealing with people like Shaw at left back. Maybe has to compensate for him. Maybe has to compensate for McTominay in midfield. There's going to be a tax on Martinez. Yeah, 100%. So we're going to have to wait quite a bit. I don't know if it's going to be like a year, maybe a couple of years. There's too many counter-attackers in that team. There's too many people that don't even suit Martinez's style. So it's going to, Factos, I wouldn't put your money in the hat for Martinez being the best anything.
Ball playing, bro.
Yeah, we've got to wait a few years, man, when the team suits him.
Yeah.
Chainsaw. Let Chainsaw speak. He's not speaking. Chainsaw, go for it, man.
Okay, so last week I mentioned fan viewership that United fans were celebrating over, and now this week they're talking about pass accuracy, like the new low that these guys have fallen to, and the fact that he's using a guy playing in the Dutch league and saying he's a great ball playing centre.
Yeah, my guy. Where did Nunes come from? Where did Nunes come from, bro?
Let Chainsaw drop.
Listen, you're talking about laws. You man were parading the FA Cup and the car boot sale cup, bro. Come on now.
Bro, it's 6 years since you last won a trophy. Relax. Okay,
RDS. I mean, I'm sorry, Chainsaw. They won the Bangkok Cup. Don't worry.
Yeah, man. You know
what? Guys.
That's why you guys couldn't score, because it was a final. Yeah, so that cup.
Guys, let Chainsaw finish his point. Let Chainsaw finish because he hasn't spoken yet.
Listen, I like Factos, right? I mean, his opinions obviously contradict my opinions and so forth. So he should change his name to Lactose, not Factos. I mean, like the guy is already betting that this guy's going to be a better ball playing centre back than Van Dijk, and he's putting a bet on it. So if you're going to put a bet on it, how much are you putting on at the end of the season?
Do you want to join the bet? Do you want to join?
Yeah, I want to join. I'll double it.
Let's do a 3-round bet, £30.
I'll double it.
So if I win, both of you owe me £10, and if I lose, I'll give you 10. Cash out.
If I lose, I'll give you 20. Then. How about that?
Cool.
Wait. Do you know what I'm doing? I'm also putting the City centre backs. Let's also put the City centre backs.
Put them all, bro. You can go resurrect Baresi and Beckenbauer.
Do you know how much we keep the ball? Do you know how much the citizen of
and on top of that, RDS, you have United fans putting Nunes, comparing him to Martial and saying this is Martial's season. Like that's a very low standard for Nunes
you know
to
about
beat.
to defend
Nunes is
Nunes.
going
Have
to
you
beat
seen
that
the misses
within
he's
1
doing,
month.
bro? Come on, Chainsaw, man.
Outdo Martial. I mean, United fans keep falling lower and lower and lower, and it's just getting easier for us rival fans to like make fun
do
of
you know what it is? I don't know if are you from Liverpool? Are you a Scouser or are you just one of those Liverpool fans that doesn't live in Liverpool? Are you from Liverpool?
I'm in London.
You're from London. All right,
I've lived
okay.
in
So
Liverpool before.
I feel like Liverpool fans, you know, are so hurt because this is supposed to be your golden era, but at the end of the day, they're still a Manchester team. You're still in the shadow of another Manchester team. One title in 30 years, bro. The greatest managers has ever been assembled. What's he won, bro?
Right.
God. You know, parading FA Cups and cardboard sale cups.
Bro, it doesn't matter where I'm living currently. I did live it.
Well, let me quickly go to the cards quickly, and I'll go back to Chain to find a point. So Master saying is Nunes is funny, is funny in the lights. So SMB says big up Freddie McTominay, God forbid. Samasi, who is a Bayern fan and also supports Germany, says Beckenbauer. He said Beckenbauer, Red Devil. That's a red card. It's possibly a review happening. There is possibly a small VAR review going on, actually, to be honest, because you need to drop the break. I need to get some animations, actually. That's my next go-to on the channel, getting some, because this
that was a joke, man. That was a joke, by the way. That was a joke.
I just got to say the Chainsaw. I'm not one of these Man United fans that's hyping anything yet, man. I mean, especially when we don't even have De Jong yet, so I'm not even saying anything about Nunez or any rival guys as well, because Man United have to get back to playing football as well. Because come on, man, they're playing some of the worst.
I respect that, Eddie. If you talk
I'm not really going over the top with anything. Like, if you look at Martinez and you watch him in the Champions League and you don't think he's a very good ball playing centre back, then I'll question your footballing IQ. The guy is very good on the ball. Like,
that's cool, yeah, but you're making bets about him possibly being the best in a year's time, man.
In 2 years' time, yeah.
Oh, like, 2 years now, yeah.
How?
Bro, that's what I said. He needs to have a year to acclimatize himself first. Then after that, I feel like he will be one of the best ball playing centre backs in the league. Ball playing.
It's up to 2 years.
Quickly, just quickly steering away from it because S&B brings the point for transfers. Obviously, this De Jong saga is sort of going on. S&B says, let's talk Frankie. This De Jong saga is, and in fact, actually, what would be good about this is what actually. Because I remember hearing some Haitian. What actually is the truth? Because we're hearing some things from the side from Spain, the side from England, the media, etc. Like, what do you guys think is the actual truth of the entire situation? Because personally, I'll just start with this. This is what I think. Okay, personally, I think that Frankie De Jong, is happy to leave Barcelona. Okay, for two reasons. The first reason is because I just would find it very odd that Ten Hag, who worked with Frankie De Jong, who most likely has spoken with Frankie De Jong, would continue to persist to try and get the player if there hasn't been some sort of conversation with them. They're both Dutch. They both play. They both work together. So, Ten Hag doesn't appear to be the player. Sorry, Ten Hag doesn't appear to be the type of manager. It's like if Frankie De Jong rang's like, I'm not leaving, to Ten Hag, and Ten Hag's like, oh yeah, I don't care about that. I want you anyway. I don't think that's what happened. I think that there is a situation where Barcelona do owe Frankie De Jong that 17 mil. Clearly, Barcelona said you have to take a wage cut. Well, you have two options. You take a wage cut or you get sold. And Frankie De Jong has said, I'm not taking a wage cut because I have, I'm not taking a wage cut and I also have money that I'm owed. Quite a lot of money. So there's now an impasse there where it's like, right, okay, so what do I do? Because I don't mind going to Manchester United, but I want my money basically. That for me, that's how I understand this. I can't understand the situation because I know a lot of people say, oh, well, he doesn't want to leave Barca, go to United, etc., etc. I get that, But the thing that I just don't understand is that, one, why doesn't he take a wage cut? Okay, that's the first reason. Just like Dembele literally just did the same thing, signed 2024, took a wage cut, stay at Barca, no problem. And two, given the fact that Ten Hag knows De Jong more so than he does Xavi, you can't tell me that they haven't had a conversation, talked to each other, and if Ten Hag if Frankie de Jong told Ten Hag, I do not want to play with you, full stop, in Dutch, that Ten Hag would still be insistent on wanting to get Frankie de Jong. That makes zero sense to me. Like, it's not like they don't know each other. So I don't know what people's thoughts are. Like, I think this is money driven as opposed to just like Frankie de Jong wants to leave. But I
just gotta ask you, why is it the case that De Jong can't leave, and go to Man United, and then have his lawyer or whoever does the law for him? Why does he have someone take them to court?
Because like you have to look at it like this. De Jong, I think he signed a new contract with Barcelona. Maybe it was in 2020 or 2021 after the COVID situation, and obviously in that contract he'd already deferred some of his wages. But what a lot of players did, like Piqué and the other guys, is that they agreed that they would have their deferred wages paid like a lump sum. Let's put it like that. And I think with De Jong, he agreed that his wages will be deferred over time for the remainder of his contract. So if he leaves Barcelona now, that contract is done. And I'm just going to take a haphazard guess and say that contract doesn't actually have a clause as to what happens if he's sold. You see what I mean? So
I don't get that, because he's already he's played for that money already, right? So he's already given his services for that money, hasn't he?
No. The way Barcelona restructured his contract is, let's say, for example, if he was on 200K a week before, now they're going to increase it every year to cover for the deferred wages. You get what I'm trying to say? So it's like a new employment contract. So if he leaves, then that contract is basically void. So that's why De Jong can't say in public that he wants to leave Manchester. He wants to leave Barcelona. He can't say that in public. You see what I mean? This situation is so fishy. It's so fishy. I feel like Barcelona and De Jong, they are both using Manchester United. That's how I feel like it. Like Barca are saying, like, okay, if we can't negotiate the contract down, we've got a deal already with Manchester United. And De Jong is like, well, if Barca like pay my money and they sell me off, I can go to my footballing father who's at Manchester United. You see what I mean? So that's United, we just have to play a waiting game and just see how the situation plays out.
You know what? If we had a strong DOF, director of football, he walks away from this deal. I mean, obviously, I'm just a guy in my room, like, just talking about my ideas. I'm not professional. But if you look at it, the amount of time that could be wasted on this guy who's in this kind of
but here's the thing. Your manager,
it could compromise really the window if we don't get him. Factos. It could compromise the window if we don't get him. Like Barcelona, they're basically gangsters the way they're rolling around now, owing money everywhere here and there, and we're getting into ties with them.
I know, but here's the thing. Your manager, Erik ten Hag, really wants this guy. He wants to build his new project around him. It's kind of like when when Klopp was chasing Van Dijk. Remember, they spent all summer chasing him, and Klopp was like, "No, I'm not going for another centre back. Get me Van Dijk."
There wasn't factors. You what I mean? Van Dijk's contract wasn't deferred or whatever.
No, I get it. But these managers are very stubborn. They're very stubborn, bro. Like they just want their main guy, and he's not gonna settle for anything else. I feel like if we don't get De Jong, I wouldn't be surprised if we don't sign another midfielder straight away. I feel like he might, because this guy is very smart. He might want to maybe tinker with the system a little bit and say, okay, if I can't play make from the midfield, let me play make from the fullbacks or from the defenders instead, and just bypass the midfield and go straight to the strikers.
You know what, Coach? It should have been like I'm going to stay on the point that we should have moved on to another midfielder, because
I agree with you.
That potential signing has missed the tour.
I agree with you.
And in Australia, these are games, Factos. These are games where the signing could have been fine tuned.
I agree with you, but then if you saying that, then you have to be comfortable with the director of football overriding the manager. And you're not gonna say that.
He's above in the hierarchy. That's what he's got to do, right?
Do you want Murtaugh overriding?
The director of football has got to sign players for the club because he's got to have a plan B in case this manager doesn't work. That's why the club got to have their identity, right? They got to know what football they want to play. You got to sign that player for any similar manager that plays that kind of football. So that's why I'm not liking this whole just wait on Ten Hag. Yeah, back him when it makes sense, but come on, man. De Jong being owed wages and we're just like waiting on whether he gets paid.
No. I know you guys are speaking. Let me just hear from the other non-United fans. So go to Patrick and to Chainsaw. Like, what is because I do want to take my own personal United bias out of it, because I am also looking at Barca sketchy as well in terms of how they're doing the transfers and stuff like that. This is a club that claims to be broke, and yet they're busy signing Lewandowski, signing Christensen, doing all these things. They've not, as far as I'm aware, have they sold anyone yet?
No, not yet. They sent your man on loan. That defender, that French defender, nobody cares about. They sent him on loan to Spurs. Mutiti is still at the club, by the way, still receiving 2 point something, 2 plus or 2K something plus. Guys, I'm going to be honest with you, right? I'm going to paint you two scenarios. Barcelona have become pimps. They've become pimps and thugs and mafias. But Barcelona club is going on Twitch and receiving what do you call those again? Those they're super chats which we YouTube hustlers do. They're hustling too. Guys, these guys are going to hustle you. I have a feeling these guys are going to finesse you. What's going to happen is the window will close and you find either Frankie de Jong is still at Barcelona and you find him saying, I want to cut my wages, because Dembele was out. We thought he was out. We thought he was done. They looked at him and told him, okay, go then. The guy said, okay, I'm staying. I'm going to have my it's even more than half. He's even got more than half. And
I know.
Yeah, he's getting paid less. They all pick a money, apparently. It's open out there. They all pick a money. They all a lot of players' money. I was listening to one of the stuff that was said there, that I think somehow you can still leave a club and still negotiate that this guy.
Sorry to interrupt you. Samasi, is this true? Is this true? They have a thank you button.
Yeah, they do. Man. No, all our clubs, right? They can have a thank you button. All our clubs can be receiving super chat, but they have the dignity not to activate it. Barcelona have no pity. They activated that. Birthdays, they do birthdays, Bamithas, your dog's birthday, your cat's birthday, your mom's birthday, your brother's birthday, weddings, everything. They're even doing that. Apparently, they're even doing places where they let you go to Messi's locker. You open it up, you take his jersey, you hold it, and you take a picture. You pay 500 euros. Man, they're hustlers. But anyway, let's be serious for a minute. I just have a feeling these guys are playing you. They're either playing that you guys pay too much, that you become desperate and pay too much, or I think from the beginning, they just wanted to play around with Man United. I just think...
But Patrick, here's the thing. You know, like our CEO actually went to Barca last week, and they actually increased the deal that we initially had. Because remember, they were reporting...
Did he buy Laporta lunch like the Chelsea?
They said that Laporta's card was declined, though. So we got the
Factors, you know what he does? He does that Malawian thing. When it's time to pay.
I can see him doing that as well, man.
Bro, I don't know why he's got a fat stomach. Why is he eating?
because he's pretending to be broke, bro, like 50 cent that time when he was pretending to be broke. Why he's got money? Look, man, I don't know this deal. I thought this was gonna be one of the big deals that's going to be done. Let's be serious for a minute. Why is it taking too long? Like, what's happening? I think now you might be right. Maybe they actually owe the brother money. I think I think there's money involved, big money that they owe him, and maybe that. I think they don't want to pay, or negotiations with his lawyers are happening that if he leaves, you still have to pay his money. Do you get my point? If he leaves, you still has to pay his money.
That should be the case. Because if it's deferred wages, that means you've already put your value there for the money. You've already,
but like, do you know that Frankie was the only Barca player who agreed to defer his wages that way, because he genuinely thought I love this club. I'm gonna be here for the next 4 or 5 years. It's fine. You can pay them over that 4 or 5 year period. But now Barca are like, no, like his wages are massive. They don't want his wages next year when they do their accounts, and they just want to get rid of it. But they don't want to pay the guy at the same time. Like legally speaking, they are right to do that, but morally speaking, that's just so slimy. That is just wrong. Do you see what I mean? So like Frankie is right to demand and say, listen, I'm not leaving until you pay me. But then have you noticed that Barca a couple of days ago they announced that they come to an agreement for Bernardo Silva? Did you notice that?
No,
and they said that.
Actually, Patrick, I know you call cap on that news.
Yeah, but that was part of their propaganda.
Yeah, but do you remember when this is the funny thing is, I'm gonna spit facts here, guys. At the end of the day, when I started off this YouTube thing, right? I started off just to talk, and I was waffling a lot. You can see my old videos. It's just a lot of waffle. But I met a few people who I was like, they were taking the game to the next level. When you go on the panel, like you can't waffle. People were coming there with facts. They came there, they've already studied exactly how they're going to get you. So if you're on a panel where they're roasting Man City and you come in with where, you just end up being the guy, the whole video at the back like this. Just like it. So what I do these days is, especially with transfers, I always do research. Like I go research, like when somebody posts that, oh, Barcelona say they've agreed with Man City for 80 million. I go to the guy who's been linked as the guy who's obviously giving out the information. I go look at him. I go look at his history of transfers. What I've noticed is, especially Haaland and this Bernardo Silva thing. Haaland, majority of the journals that were reporting that Haaland is going to Madrid were all from Madrid. Under the pocket of Madrid, the team. They were all Madrid something, Madrid Fantastico, or Madrid is amazing. Yes, they had like 300k followers, but it was always Madrid. And the general, when you look at the journalist, he says, I'm best in Madrid. Do you know what I mean? If you look at the journals that are reporting Bernardo Silva, all best in Catalonia, or that from Spain.
Yeah,
these two teams have the power. They have power in the journals, guys. What to do is they'll tell somebody, go report this. I think Laporta wants. Laporta truly wants Bernardo because Bernardo was twerking for them last season. I think he was openly twerking, but right now I think he's not twerking anymore. But they're trying to push it through the media. Why I'm saying that is, as soon as they brought out that stupid statement saying they've agreed less than 80, I knew it was cap. Why? Because you just bought Rafinha for 75 million. You seriously think Bernardo Silva, who is in a 3 years plus contract at City, is going to cost you 60?
Sorry, Patrick. Is anything? Yes, there is. I'll just post it again in the chat. This is like an open forum.
But my point is, Patrick, is that's the propaganda that Barca are spreading to their fans, saying that trying to put pressure on De Jong to leave to go to Manchester United without them paying the deferred wages. That's why they said, we've agreed a deal with Manchester City, but Frankie has to leave first in order for Bernardo Silva to come in. Do you see what I mean? But
what do you think, honestly? Do you seriously think that we as City, right?
No, I don't know.
We watch them buy Rafinha for 75. They Leeds squeezes them. They come to Bernardo Silva. We're like, 60 because we love you.
Nah, no chance.
let me just go. Chainsaw. Just thoughts on it, and then there's a comments I want to read.
So there's a couple of things that I just quickly researched on, and this is just a quick research on Barca's finances. One thing is obviously the Spotify deal, which is a massive thing that's holding them together. Second thing is the pandemic. They're using the La Liga rules, the new rules. One of which is, let's say they sell a player for 10 million, they could then spend, as in they offload a player for 10 million, they could spend 2.5 million into the transfer budget. So €1 they sell that for that they could get, for that they sell €1 that they could get. So 1 in 4. There's that. When the new CEO came into Barcelona, or the president, he basically said they're clinically dead, as everyone remembers, their finances and the club in general. But with the background of sponsor deals and the new rules implemented after the pandemic, that's how they've been at float or surviving. So it's like with that, and then obviously the TV right deals are coming in as well. I believe it's going to increase massively. I'm not, again, I did this quick research, so I'm not fully aware of the La Liga TV right deal thing, but it's basically they're getting support by La Liga.
I think
and
it's
people
about
and
15%
sponsors basically
signed over, right? I think something like that.
Yeah, some 49.9%, I think.
Is that low?
So basically
That was
50%.
pretty low. Okay.
So their finances are basically in a complete mess, but with external forces, they're surviving basically.
Right. Okay. I see. So because for the nature of Ligue 1 and well, not Ligue 1, the Liga, to actually sort of there's obviously going to be vested interest. I mean, let me quickly go to. Sorry, 1 second. Bring up Mike. Mike talks football. Mike, hopefully you're. I think you're on holiday, or maybe it was your connection. So, but whenever you can come back, that would be great. So if not, then enjoy your vacation, man. City. Maybe this is a question for Patrick. City selling all these players. Neymar incoming.
They'd never
Patrick.
take Neymar. You wouldn't listen to Pep, but yeah, it'd be interesting to hear what Patrick's got to say on that. Because we see a PSG. The way he just does what he wants to do, like especially when Poch was there and he wanted to do like pressing from the front, things like that. And you see like Neymar and Messi as well, just would be jogging about, So I couldn't see Neymar coming in and listening to Pep. I mean, if
you can't have Neymar.
Neymar would be subbed every game because he would be doing what he wants.
Audience and panel, have you guys seen Boss Financial levers they sold? They are playing with fire. To look into that. Explain that a bit more. Shout out to Ants Leicester fan channel. Hope you're doing well, buddy. Always looking forward to our Leicester previews and coming on. Really appreciate it. Not last season though, because you spanked us all the time last season. Listen, one financial crisis and lots of clubs in trouble. That is true. And I have said several times that that the amount of money and spending in football is unsustainable. And
that's why this transfer market doesn't make sense. Like this transfer fees, 75 mil for Rafinha. Like when you just came out of a crisis, it doesn't make sense to me, man.
There's a lot of sponsors in football, right? There's a lot of people just flushing their money into the football side.
This is what I'm saying, but it's like anything. It's like I never believe in what you call like unlimited growth, because people putting their money in because they feel they're going to get something back, whether that's people obviously buying things, aka the sponsors, obviously continued investment. But at some point, people are like, well, we don't want to watch the Liga. We don't have a market. Whatever you say about Ronaldo or Messi, at the end of the day, there's been no other players that have been as marketable as those players in the last probably 25 years, I would say. And are you ever going to get players that are going to be as marketable as those guys in the future?
Can I ask something, Adias? No, I'm not even doing banter. Is it true that your club legend is being rejected by every club, or that's just banter?
We're gonna okay. Relax, Patrick. Patrick.
No, I just want. I'm not bantering. I just want to know the truth. Are they rejecting him, or it's just a lie?
No, we are going to talk about that. I'm just quickly just go through these last comments, and I wanted to see what Antonio has to say about it, and then we will be talking about Ronaldo's search. Samasi says, question: what is Man City's surprise signing that will blow everyone's mind? As you know, to you again, Patrick.
Yeah, what were your thoughts on the Neymar comment? Did you see that from Michael?
Yeah. I did. Look, guys, as soon as that story came out, I called BS, and then the guy who was actually tweeting this, and the so-called tier 1 Geno, people just exposed him today that he's a 12-year-old kid who's been running few accounts and finessing people. So this 12-year kid has managed to finesse people, including myself. He finessed me a bit because he gets the Haaland thing, and everybody thought he was tier 1, and about 7K people followed him. Today, after he was exposed, the channel has been the page has been closed. He's nowhere to be seen. So a 12-year kid managed to finesse people by running 2 accounts and then sourcing them together, and then we look like they are reliable. So he also said Neymar is done, talks are done. And then after we called him out saying this is a bit iffy, somebody exposed him in a thread, and then he's gone missing now.
Man,
you know what? Wherever you are, bro. Fair play to you, man. I wouldn't have done such a date of tour. Fair play. You finessed a lot of people.
This is why. Whatever you call about Fabrizio being a tapping merchant, man. This is stuff like this that at least when you confirm it, it's more or less done. It's more or less confirmed. And I know there are some reliable journalists out there, but there's some Twitter pages there where like they are probably just 12, 30-year-old guys that are just making the rounds and are just trolling everybody. You know, it is what it is, man.
Yeah, I don't get my news off Twitter because like what Patrick's saying, anyone can just say that ITK in the know, and it turns out that they have nothing to do with any of the news. So, like I was saying like a little bit earlier, we may have to just go back to just waiting for Sky Sports. Yeah, if you just want the actual proper facts, because like there's too much hype, man.
Man, imagine, man, 12 years old or something. I think he's 12 or 11. He sounds very young because he did a radio interview and he said he had COVID. That's why his voice was like that. I was like, come on.
The match is a good point. And we'll probably talk about that after Ronaldo as well. So I know what to whisper, because Bayern have also been spending quite a lot of money this summer as well. A lot of money.
Do you know what's funny? Do you know what's funny with buying signings? Nobody talks about. But when United do it, it's a problem. Do you know 3 of those are ex-Ajax players? Gravenberch, Mazraoui, and De Ligt. And nobody's like, oh, they don't have good scouting on it.
I think it's because everyone knows that Bayern are going to win the league again anyway, even if they...
But they're also competing for the Champions League, though. Like, I don't know if they're going to win it, but like they always compete, like, at least get into the quarterfinals.
Michael, if you're listening, I can't share that picture. Michael, if you're listening, I can't... I know you... Michael talks. I know you're listening. I know you literally just DM me. I can't share that picture, Mike. I can't share that picture. I'm sorry. I can't.
That's now you're teasing it though, man. You might have to share this, bro.
Did you find the Martinez picture?
Maybe towards the end of the stream, man. But
is it the Martinez picture?
No. It's a different one. It's different. It's one with Fabrizio Romano on it. So and a certain player.
I need to see that Martinez picture because I'm calling Photoshop on that, man.
La Liga has these salary caps because the teams at the bottom are not making any money. They finally making profit. Now, the EPL got about the money structure dividing, and that is true. That is where I do think the Premier League helped in that sense. Although what it's done is that it's made English football, a pyramid, and so as such, like most of the money is obviously at the top and the least at the very bottom. But fair enough. Brush says, "Big up, guys! Thank you very much for joining, Brush, and also Matthew in the chat as well. Evening, everybody." Says SMB says, "Don't lie, Patrick. You would do the same thing as that kid." Patrick, is that true, man? Would you have done the same thing?
I would have, but fair play. He finessed everybody. Trust me, he did. Just go see how people are pissed off on Twitter about a 12-year-old kid who finessed us. So fair play to him. RTS, I see you're back with the 4K comment things that are hiding our faces again.
They're not. It shouldn't be. Unless let me switch it to this.
Yeah, Don Fraud is in the house.
There we go. Right. Okay. Before I even get to Big Don and Antonio, because you've been waiting for a while, man. Thank you for joining. I know you're on the Rossoneri TV, my favorite AC Milan YouTube guys. Check out that channel, man. Those guys are funny. Those guys are really, really funny, and I love AC Milan. So, but what are your thoughts on this whole De Jong, Barca, United situation, Antonio?
It's funny because, I mean, I wouldn't say it's a similar situation with something that's going on with Milan right now, but there are some similarities between what's happening with De Jong and Renato Sanchez in a sense, because Sanchez, just for some context, we were linked with him for a long time. It looks like we have an agreement with Lille for his transfer, just like United have agreed with Barcelona.
Yeah.
But with Sanchez now, he's sort of like, he doesn't really want to go to Milan as much as, like, let's say like PSG, because he also wants to go there. So he's kind of just prolonging the whole situation. And what we talked about, at least on our own channel, is where do you draw the line with, like, the interest of a player, ending the deal? Because if the player isn't willing to go in the first place, do you think like everything will still be fine if the deal does go through? And like, are the fans okay with that? Like, I haven't actually heard your perspective, so I joined a little bit late, but Yeah, I mean, I guess De Jong's a very talented player for sure. Definitely world class. Well, especially with Ajax. With Ajax. I wouldn't say not anymore, but he was world class in my opinion.
Off one season?
Well, I guess it depends on your definition of world class. Because with me, it's like
definitely more than one season. Like I love De Jong, bro.
Yeah, I would say world class. Me like at the time, like I'd like to look at it. I know I have a different definition, but I like to look at it as in based off of time spans, right? So, right this season obviously not, but he was at that time he was one of the best central midfielders. I think he was performing in the Champions League. I think that's kind of the benchmark of where you want to be, and I think he can get back there with Ten Hag. So I think it'd be a good deal, but I don't know. I mean, with my own opinion, like with Sanchez, I mean, a lot of fans don't want him to come anymore because of the fact that he's making this difficult. So
yeah,
I think I would prefer to have players who want to come to the club. So yeah, I think that's kind of
this is what I was saying, Antonio, before I go into on smoke, is that why I think this doesn't make a lot of sense, and why I think I've come to the conclusion that it is just about money and a financial sort of situation, is that everyone knows that, like, Ten Hag obviously managed Frank de Jong when he was at Ajax. They're both Dutch. They've both been in communication with each other. So, and they're both in good terms. So it would be very, very strange for Frank de Jong to been on the phone to Ten Hag to be like, right, I definitely don't want to come to Manchester United. Leave me alone. And for Ten Hag to still insist on wanting to get him. That's very strange. So I think that I just think that what I think, and I think that Chainsaw and even Patrick kind of alluded to it, is that Frankie de Jong actually doesn't mind, and even Factos, that United in a sense are being played, in that Frankie de Jong, he doesn't generally want to leave Barca, but more importantly, he wants his money. And at the end of the day, when you're owed those deferred wages, especially being on and especially because you agreed to take I think what's that? You agreed to defer his wages, and Barca is saying, if you want to stay at this football club, you have to cut your wages. Because bear in mind, Barcelona could easily say, like, because Fabrizio confirmed that Barca and United have an agreement, so Barcelona could easily say, "Oh yeah, we're not selling Frankie. We respect the player." What people aren't saying is, and so I'm going on for this. Why aren't people saying? Why are Barcelona saying, right, we accept what the player wants. They want to stay at the club, or what their manager wants. They're not saying that. Sorry, go on, Don Smoke. Yeah.
Like, let me give you the best analogy for this thing, right?
Oh, here it comes, man.
Oh, bro, like.
Don't smoke. Welcome. Smoke them.
Don't fraud, man. Don't fraud.
So
okay, let Don lad go on.
I'm gonna make it a real life example, so it makes more sense to the layman's, right? You have a daughter who's reached the age of leaving the house, right? Okay. So then now, you as the suitor go straight to the parents, right, and negotiate for the daughter's hand in marriage without the approval of the daughter.
1800s, man.
No way.
I think they still do this in Africa.
They still do it. Got done.
Swipe on Tinder, man.
No. So the agreement is between you and the parent, not with the daughter, right? So then now, the daughter's trying to wait it out to see, okay, are there other suitors besides this guy? Because as much as this guy agreed with my parents, nah, fam. Maybe we were friends in school. That's the side whereby Ten Hag was De Jong's coach. It's like we were friends in school. We spoke, but it was a high. We passing through, But nah, fam, not marriage. It's like it was nice, but not marriage. And so here it's a matter of self-respect, bro. Like your guys should.
But the thing is, Don. What I'm trying to say is, what I don't understand is that Barcelona, right, can say, right, we respect what the player wants. Xavi wants him to stay. He's not for sale, Manchester United. They haven't done that. So, sorry, go on.
That's why I said the parent wants the daughter out of the house.
Okay.
That's Barca. Barca wants
But
the
like,
young
but like
out.
the daughter wants to leave as well because the parent don't want him.
No,
Like
the daughter doesn't want to leave.
And the only problem with that analogy.
Factors. This is not situation. This is a situation where the marriage is being forced, as Don said. It's a forced marriage.
But if the parents are abusing the child has to leave, man. They don't want to pay. They don't
No,
want to.
the child doesn't have to leave. The child will leave eventually, but yeah, the child is like saying, "I don't like this guy."
But the guy's dropping 17 mils on the table. What kind of
guys,
the child rather in an abusive home than get married with you. And that's where the problem
Where is this going though? Now it's going.
I know, don't smoke, bro.
Yeah, okay.
Back to football, bro. Back to football.
The problem with that analogy, like I said, is that we have to understand that Ten Hag and Frank de Jong are clearly know each other and clearly have been in communication. That is a fact. Okay, it makes zero sense for Frank de Jong to have told Ten Hag, "I don't want to come to Manchester United. Leave me alone. I don't want to play for you." Blah 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 blah. Knowing that they've worked together for so many years, that they're both Dutch, that they're both involved in the national sort of setup, and then for Ten Hag to continue to pursue him. That makes zero sense. So there must be at some level an agreement with
I understand your frustration, but if De Jong wanted the move, this deal is done.
No, you can't say that.
They don't sort out a way to get the deferred wage.
You're missing the big elephant in the room. And I know
sorry, bit of breaking news. Sorry, breaking news. Michael, horrible news. Sebastian Haller had to leave the Dortmund training camp in Bad Rags due to illness and was already traveled back to Dortmund during examinations. Oh man.
Oh my god.
That's not good. That's not good at all.
Wow.
No.
Yeah, so best wishes to him, man.
Man. Hopefully, it was caught. It was caught early, and they can treat it. To be honest, so yeah, I guess that this is watch this space. So, present thoughts for Sebastian, man, especially because he was having a very very good season with Ajax and with Dortmund. So I really hope this doesn't push his career back.
Yeah. Yes. Can I just say one thing? Yeah. On the Ten Hag thing, have you considered that Ten Hag has seen that these Barcelona guys don't want De Jong because, like we said, or like we've seen, they've got Gavi, they've got Pedri, all of these boy wonders coming through. Maybe he's banking on the fact that Barcelona don't really want him. Yeah, maybe he's like, this guy's going to get forced out the club. I'm going to keep going for it, even though he doesn't want to leave. He could be that kind of guy. I mean, hopefully not. Hopefully I'm wrong. But like we've seen De Jong come out and say, "Yeah, Barcelona's still the best in the world. You know, I'm happy to be here." Yeah, it could be like PR, but
everyone in the chat is saying your analogy was weird. They're kind of cussing your analogy. That was a bit weird, man.
That's the situation you guys are in. It's a weird situation. Like, leave the guy alone.
But that's what I'm saying, Don Smith. It's like it doesn't make sense because. You must know that like Ten Hag and Frank de Jong clearly have a relationship. They worked together for so many years. So Ten Hag is not stupid. If Frank de Jong has literally told Ten Hag, "I do not want to go anywhere near Manchester United," he wouldn't be pursuing him. I think,
and let's not act like this is the first time we've seen a footballer being pushed out of a football club. Yeah. And they've gone on and done
I think this is just legal. I think Frank de Jong cannot say he wants to leave Manchester United because I think, as you said, there's a financial loss involved.
Yes. But does that mean they're the best in the world, though? He was saying Barcelona
missing the point. De Jong is contracted to Barca until I think 2026. So legally, he doesn't have to leave. He can just do that. Nothing will happen legally. All they can do is put him in the stands. Or not give him playing
legally, nothing will happen to him. But obviously, for the club Barca, are they going to even be able to register their own players?
Yeah,
they still haven't registered their side.
Guys, as a Milan fan, I don't like to get into financial discussions because I have my own very, very
sensitive topic.
Yeah, I have my own takes on that. But I looked at this comment and I 100% agree. What is the point of FIFA and FFP? Like, if they punish some clubs and they ignore things like this, like there are things that have to change. Like this, like you said before, about this is just unsustainable.
But FIFA was corrupt as well. Remember with like,
of course, yeah.
He was like,
yeah.
taking some bribes and stuff. So
and it's a fair point because you shouldn't be like, this idea of like you can just be allowed to defer players' wage. I know Barca have got heritage, they're big club, etc. But like at some point, like you can't just keep on deferring. Like at some point, you've got to pay people. You know what I mean? You can't just go on like vibes and like we're the best, we're the biggest, etc. Like whatever you say about the Uniteds or whatever.
To be fair, Frankie needs to take Barca to the European Court of Human Rights, man. Like they're not paying the guy his wages. Like this shit was abolished 300 years ago, slavery. Like pay the guy what, you know what I mean?
To be fair, RDS, like all the other clubs that aren't AC Milan fans, Barcelona fans, United fans will be celebrating seeing your club's demise, because you guys have been bullying most of the smaller clubs, taking all the best talents. Now it's times have changed. Liverpool, Man City, etc. All the other elite clubs have taken over, and then you get new clubs like Chelsea, Tottenham, and all the other new clubs that are coming up. You know, it's their time to shine.
It's a change. So, change was your point that United can't attract talents anymore. Is that your point?
No. I'm saying your finances are all bad, which is good because your clubs need to be demolished, need to be liquefied for new clubs. We need new clubs to take over. You know, United are irrelevant. AC Milan's the past. Barcelona, hopefully they get liquefied.
But you've won the same league titles as AC Milan in the last.
Wait, hold on. Wait, what team does this guy support?
He's a Liverpool, bro.
Liverpool fan. We're not a thing in the past. Come on,
man. They
just
we won the CL recently, Premier League recently.
Right. Let's. I know we talked about Frankie de Jong. Oh, sorry. Does anyone have a final point about this? Because I think that people want to know about Ronaldo now. What's
I can say one thing because I'm about to dip anyway.
Okay, go on.
Factos, you follow me on Twitter. I follow you on Twitter, right?
Yeah.
Grand. And
I'll be in your spaces sometimes.
I know, and my brother in the West and Jurak, I think I follow him on Twitter too, and I also follow him. I also follow his channel.
Big up for that, man.
I don't know about the other two guys if we follow each other. Anyway, Chains, I'll follow you. I think I've seen Chains before in the spaces. Anyway, I just want to say this because I'm about to go. I think, as I said, Frankie, it's either Barcelona finessing you or lying to you or trying to use you to pressure him into dropping his pay. I just don't trust them these days, man. These guys said they were broke and then they end up with Rafinha that broke. The Madosti goes there, that broke. Frank Kessie goes there. Like they seem to be getting money out of their asses and convincing these players to go on selling wages to play for the badge. But I think you guys will push. I think what's going to happen here is either they have been just messing around with you to get him to drop his money, which he might do, or maybe they're trying to get him to pressure to say, forget the 17 and you stay. You know what I mean? Forget the 17 and you stay. But I have a feeling that Ten Hag wants him so much. I saw the interview by Sky. You can tell he said there's only a certain build of midfielder. That's what he said. Is that what we're looking for? There's only a certain build of DM I'm looking for, and there's only a few of them. I think he knows what he wants. So at the end of the day, I think you're going to drop more money. I think you will drop more money, and eventually they'll give him to you because eventually they have to sell him. They have to sell something, Barcelona. They can't be lying to us that they're selling Messi's jerseys, they're still selling TV rights. Those invisible promises they're giving to people. In about 2 years, Barcelona might not be a club. Let's not lie. It might not be a club. Barcelona might be a museum. So hopefully you guys get him because I want you guys to not make any excuses. I want you guys to be next season at your strength. And as we said, Martinez will be the best ball-playing defender next season. We'll wait for that.
Season after.
Wait, you changed.
No, I didn't. I said give him 12 months to acclimatize first.
Bro, you're not sounding like this Arsenal project fans, bro. What's going on with United, bro? I never thought, and I knew that you guys are on the low, but I never thought you'd be at this low, but you're not talking of projects, fam. The great Man United talking about 12 months.
Don't you have a project to win the CL? Come on, man. Stop.
What a project, fam. We're winning whilst we're talking. You guys are just talking, man, and predicting.
You know what United have become?
United for 10 years.
United have become that. I don't know if you guys. I don't know, RDS, if how long maybe you've been around Africa or anything. But all of you are African. Some of the like African brothers would know this. Yeah, you guys sound like that guy in Africa, especially in Malawi, who cause people to go inside the bus. You know, the bus, the guy says, this bus is going to the city center, this bus is going to the city center. You know, that's what you guys are sounding like. You know, he's never going to be the conductor. He's never going to be the conductor. He's never going to drive the bus. All he does is that go to the next bus, twerk to the next bus.
No. Patrick, before you go, all I'm gonna say is this is your turn. This is your golden eras, Liverpool, Man City fans. Make the most of it. I hope you guys come to Manchester for the parade next time because it was empty in there. You know what I mean? Because like when it's gone, honestly speaking, man, I used to take for granted those parades that United used to do. So you guys make the most of it. Liverpool, as much as I banter you guys, at least you did a parade for the FA Cup and the Carboot Cell Cup. It was shameless. Enjoy your time. That's all I'm saying. Because we'll be back at some point, hopefully.
Okay. So shout out to you guys, man.
Take it. Facts.
You guys don't parade anymore.
If you're watching, head over to Patrick's channel. Make sure that you go and subscribe. It's really, I think he's just hit 1K. Yeah, 1K subs, guys. So please head over and subscribe to Patrick's channel, man. So really good. Before we actually get into Ronaldo, actually, Michael actually brings up a good point, actually, and it's good that Antonio's here because obviously you know a lot more about Syria than we do, and I think it was this thoughts on Dybala to Roma. Dybala's fallen off, but Roma top 4. So I'll actually start with you, Antonio. Like from what you've watched of Syria, and I do watch Syria from time to time, but and Dybala, in my opinion, has not really been particularly great for the last few seasons, probably since about 2018. Do you think that this move could work? Could he have gone anywhere else? Like, what do you think about this?
Yeah, it's a really good and interesting point. Good topic to discuss. I think Dybala, well, first of all, Roma with Mourinho, I was predicting them at the start of the Mercato to still finish like in the 4th spot of the Serie A this season because I'm confident that I really like what they're doing. They're really ambitious in the transfer market, and I know that they're building sort of a core of players like Abraham, that they're bringing in young players, exciting players. So I was confident in them, and they already won a trophy this season, which is big. Dybala is a player. I think he has a lot of quality. First of all, I'm not too high on him because his injuries really sort of hindered his career the past few years. When he does string some games together, he looks like he does show little flashes that he can be a really good cam and can help out and you know kind of change games. He did it against Milan a lot, but I will say that there's a reason why clubs like me, including Milan, we weren't too high on him. Inter had a chance to sign him. They pulled out. It's a bit of wages. That's one issue. He settled on $6 million a year, which is a good amount with Roma. I think there was not. Yeah, like you said, there weren't really many suitors willing to pay reasonable wages for him. Funny enough, a recently promoted Serie A side, Monza. I don't know if you know about them, but Berlusconi is their owner, the ex-AC Milan owner. They tabled $6 million a season in wages for Dybala, but he chose Roma, of course. So I don't know. They're splashing cash, so it's funny. But my point is, I wouldn't take Dybala. I would go for someone who's younger with more potential and also less injury prone. But yeah, I think that he won't really hurt Roma. He can only help if he can stay fit and maybe link up with Abraham next season. So I think it'll be an interesting move. It's not really a terrible move. It's a free transfer, so we'll see.
You know what? Yeah, I got to say real quick, it's disappointing what's happened to Dybala because I remember at the time he was meant to be like similar to Messi. This guy, is supposed to be this kind of guy, got good dribbling. Can get goals and assists. And then we see him about to go to conference champions, man. I mean, that's got to be a drop-off there. I mean, ever since Ronaldo kind of took away some of Dybala's numbers at Juventus, man, it's just been downhill by Dybala. I mean, I love Ronaldo, but I don't know. Maybe the Ronaldo effect where we're seeing Dybala kind of come off it because Roma, come on. Is that really going to be the next step to elevate Dybala? Are Roma going to be in the title race? Because if he's that good, he should be in that kind of.
If I'm honest, I think he was always overhyped. That's my personal thing. I'm not saying that he was never talented, but I think that I think he had a first few good 2-3 seasons, but like since probably about 2017, 2018, I don't think he's done anything particularly special, to be honest.
He's a moments player rather than a consistent player.
I wouldn't say over. It's more of a player not living to their full potential. Because the potential was there. I feel like the past 5 years there's been a lot of hits and a lot of players who didn't. I think Havertz is also another one, right? So there's a lot of players whereby they were dubbed for big things, but they couldn't live to that. So I think the issue with Dybala, it's more of a miscalculation of his worth, right? He thought the moment he doesn't renew with Juve, he'll have a list of suitors to pick from.
Yeah.
Right. Because the issue with renewing for Juve was he didn't accept the contract proposal that they offered him. Because he thought he could get much more in the market.
Yeah.
Right. Similar to Pogba. Because Pogba also, if you read, there's the same issue. He thought Barca, Madrid will come calling for what more than what United were going to offer.
Right. Yeah, they didn't, of course. Yeah.
You got a lot of players who are living in the past. Right. They haven't come to terms that no, for the past few years, me as a player, at the end of the day, I am an asset, and I'm an asset. And if an asset doesn't produce, it becomes a liability. So does your worth of the drop. So it's more of he thought as soon as he doesn't renew, he'll have the leverage to negotiate, maybe even a signing on fee and a bigger contract. Whereby when he saw the suitors, if you hear what the reports, because last time I heard, I think he was willing to take 100K a week, and that just shows you the fall from grace, right? So it's just another one of those, man.
Well, we're talking. Okay, we're all talking. So we're obviously coming across as quite like negative per se. So, but obviously, he's going to Roma. Roma actually have built a lot of, got some momentum behind them, having won their first year. Banter the Conference League all you want. I know people are going to banter it, but still, for Roma, it was their first, major European trophy. They're going to be in the Europa League, obviously. Jose Mourinho is always Jose. I mean, if you saw the picture of him that's been making around on Twitter, where he's got the it's out of the Champions League, the Europa League.
Roma.
Let me just say real quick. I'm surprised he doesn't have the treble that he won at Man United. Remember, Community Shield, Capital One Cup, Europa League.
Maybe he does have a tattoo somewhere. I don't know.
Hey guys, Roma, guys.
Yeah, go on to.
We can trash the conference all we want, but Roma are now a bigger club than Tottenham officially. So.
That's yes, yeah. I mean,
I love making fun of Tottenham for some reason. I'm not. By the way, I don't really support any individual teams. I just watch the Premier League in general, just so you guys know.
You're a football fan, which is actually a positive thing.
The thing with me is I'm too attached to Milan that I can't support anyone else. Like I can't really root for any other side teams. Like it doesn't really. I don't feel the same. I have to cheer for Milan.
Yeah. I hear
but your league is gone weak, fam.
I've got a soft spot for Milan, Madrid. Do you know what I mean?
Aren't you on loan at Madrid right now?
When two teams play each other, I'll I want one team to win over the other. You know what I mean? But I don't really root for them. I don't say a la Madrid stuff like that. But
yeah.
No, I was supporting Madrid against Liverpool, bro. No shame.
I feel like the whole world was, man. Because imagine if they won that thing, bro. The way they would be elevating Klopp.
Bro, Klopp, Poch gave Klopp life. I always say it, bro.
No, Klopp actually won 2 German leagues before he came to Liverpool.
Oh, bro,
so
please
that's a myth.
Let me cook him.
Okay, no. Before we go on, I need to quickly read some comments.
Ain't gonna cook me.
So Flex Felix says we should have taken him on. I assume it was a reference to Frankie De Jong, but United are just desperate. So Mike says Arsenal equals BTEC setting Cones up for Man City. I don't disagree with that. There's a lot of Man United backed Uncle Mo. Okay, fine. So
I like my comment.
Where's your chainsaw? Oh, it's fine, Sam, but I mean Elite too. That one.
No. It's the recent one.
Oh,
Once
okay,
you get
I'm scrolling down. Okay, yeah, Manchester City, Napoli are done due a long rebuild. Zach is watching on Twitch. Says, "I'm happy we didn't bring Dybala in. I'm happy too." What? Icardi has been. If we're talking about a fall from grace of a player, like nothing aside from James Rodriguez, who's busy bricking it in the Qatari league. That's the ultimate fall from grace. Icardi, man.
I blame his wife.
That's true. I will say this though, guys. I know it's easy to say like, okay, Juventus to Roma, yes, like it is a downgrade because Juventus are a bigger club. But from what I've been seeing, at least in the Serie A doesn't have the money. Like it's like financially, it's probably one of the worst leagues. I mean, not one of the worst, but in the top out of the top 5 leagues, it's probably the worst, and like tied with Ligue 1 for the worst revenue. In the Serie A, the teams that find sort of a sustainable way to build are better off. At least they've been showing these trends of growth, and Roma are doing sort of that. Juventus, I don't see them being able to keep being competitive the way that they're currently going. So I think that it's definitely a good project to jump on.
Pogba and Di Maria, Juve.
Yeah, I think Pogba's a decent signing. I don't think that those signings are going to help them in the long term.
You don't think they're going to win the league next season?
No, I think Inter are still the favorites to win the league.
Yeah.
I'm still putting Allegri on fraud watch right now. So because there's no way to tell me that you didn't win any trophies last season and yet Pirlo won one. So as far as Allegri is on borderline fraud watch right now. So next season, if he doesn't do something, I don't know. I think he's suspect.
I don't even think it's fraud, man. I think some guys are just past it, man. It's like Mo. Mo is just past it. Now he's at the.
How was Mo past it when he's just won a trophy with Roma?
Oh, come on, come on. Let's be real here, yeah. Is Conference League Mourinho's standard? We've been having, or we've heard conversations or debates. You've even, I think, almost had a debate of Pep versus Mourinho. How can you even compare Mourinho to Pep now when Pep is winning leagues?
You're saying that now,
and he's in Champions League, banging on the door, about to win it. Right, semi-finals, got to the final, and then we're gonna look at Mourinho.
We know the difference between
top 4 and then winning a Conference League, the third tier. And European,
but we know the difference between Pep and is that Pep needs billions to do those things. That's the difference.
No, man. Okay. I think
Mourinho wins trophies about billions.
Real quick though, you've got to look at Pep's tactics, man. Not anyone can't just play those kind of tactics where you have to remember the kind of runs you got to play. Remember the kind of passes you got to make. You've got to have the top ballers to play that ball. You can't just go to Roma and then go, okay, let me get these peasants to try and play high IQ football. It's not going to happen.
Yes, do you know we bought Zini for 1.7 million?
Yeah, I know, and you sold him to Arsenal
for 30 large. So
yeah,
that's transformation. And I'm saying Pep transforms players. Like you must be decent. No. He's not going to take bumps. I'm saying he's not going to take bumps. I'm saying, but he takes a player with potential and he makes him a very good player. In the Conference League, most of the journalists are actually college students. You know that.
Yo, can I just quickly address this comment there that's been up there for ages?
Yeah.
Just because SSB is like trying to make it seem like Mourinho is this kind of project manager. Since Porto, when has he really done a project? He's the kind of quick fix manager that comes in for like a year or two and then he's gone. Right at Inter, 1 year gone. Chelsea, what's the longest he's done there? Like 2 years, 2 times, and then he's gone. What makes you think he's going to stay at Roma?
If Mourinho was at Roma, that league is done, man. Like, I'll lose respect for Serie A if Mourinho wins.
The truth is this, right?
Like, Mourinho needs the checkbook, and they're not going to give it to him at Roma.
What I want to say is this, right? For us to judge a manager, you have to be at a club for at least more than 3 years. Why? Because after a few seasons, you get found out, right? You eventually get found out because teams will learn, okay, this is how we play, this is how to better play. So to win continuously in the same league, that's why I rate Fergie, because he didn't run away, he sat and he won. rebuilt the team, won, and Pep now this is like his third team is rebuilding, still winning. You know how we're gonna play, but we'll still beat you.
Yeah, of course.
So
yeah. Oh,
Yes,
don't mind fans. I just built that.
Well, I gotta say, let me just say real quickly, like Mourinho doesn't grow players, right? He gets some, just like Conte, get some players now. Like remember when Mourinho wanted Perisic to come in at Man United, and you wanted to get rid of Martial. When if you look at it on paper, you should be growing Martial because he's a younger talent. You should be coaching him rather than getting in a senior to come and just do it there and then. So it's like, why is he going to be at Roma for like 2-3 years, man? He's not.
Is the one above? There's one above this one.
Oh, is this one? Okay. I love. Oh wait, no, that's mine. But Liverpool have it. Right. Okay. I can't read that. I can't read that. Chainsaw. I can't read that. I'm glad United didn't go for him. Mike, I love Mo. No other manager would have that too. Of course they wouldn't. Of course they wouldn't.
No one else is like shameless like Mourinho, isn't it? So,
who was the last type of Dybala type player that Mourinho worked with? Was it Snyder, Militao?
You'd have to say both. Probably Ozil and Snyder, maybe.
Snyder was more. Snyder could play in an 8, whereby if you see your Ozils, they more it's 10 or bust.
Now Ozil could play on the right as well.
Yeah. But Dybala, it's 10 or bust. Like you can't hide Dybala.
Dybala can play on the right as well. I've seen him play on the right.
Yeah, I know he can,
but he cut in the whole day.
Yeah, he's not. He's have a soft spot for Milan because of Pirlo and Maldini. Oh yeah, of course. Oscar to China is worse. I don't know if it's worse than James to the Qatari league, especially
because Oscar was at his prime though at Chelsea. He was reaching his prime like Coutinho.
Is James not in his James?
James dropped off like since he went to Everton and was just getting injury prone. Like,
even before Everton. When was the last time? James Rodriguez basically had maybe one or two good seasons at Madrid after he scored in the World Cup, and then basically
Oscar's more talented in my opinion.
Sorry,
Oscar's more talented in my opinion.
Bro, Oscar ran. That guy ditched. Oscar had no reason to. That was one of the most surprising move out of the blue.
Yeah. Ramirez did the same thing as well. Ramirez, Hulk.
No, Ramirez was quite old, man. Because Ramirez, I think, was like 31.
Carrasco.
From Chelsea.
Yeah.
Carrasco was a weird one to go and come back.
Yeah, that was weird for Carrasco.
I would say Oscar was the worst because he was on top of his prime at that time.
Right. Okay. Let's get to the topic at hand because I know obviously Chainsaw and specific and Don, and obviously Antonio can feed in as well. So Paradise actually brings us, where will Cristiano Ronaldo go to?
Yes. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. What did I say on? Or maybe it wasn't on your channel. It was on Michael's channel. Literally 2 weeks ago, my theory was that he'll go to Atletico Madrid. Now I don't think he's going to go to Atletico Madrid, but my theory was right. He was twerking for Atletico Madrid.
Yeah.
See, I have logic. I come up with facts. No, Michael, where are you? Back here, Michael. Like I literally came up with a theory that he'll go to Atletico Madrid, or he wants to go to Atletico Madrid because he's that.
Why? You wouldn't get proper service. He relies on proper service.
I'll tell you why.
Ronaldo in a Simeone team, bro, that's dead food. Like look at Yao Felix. Right?
Yeah.
No, but Don Smoke. Anything's better than United at the moment. So
I mean, to be honest,
he's not desperate.
I mean, to be honest, a 40-year-old Cristiano Ronaldo is still better than Morata up top. A 40-year-old Cristiano Ronaldo is still better than Morata up top. You know.
But I'm saying from a playing style wise, I think United is still a better option than Atletico. Bro, Atletico, you work like a dog, man. Like
no.
Everyone works. The only person who doesn't work like a dog on the pitch or in the net is Oblak. Everyone else, bro, is on toast.
Really?
So,
that's not true, because they literally play with 10 men behind the ball. They leave one forward, literally one forward.
Yeah, so you think CR37 is gonna be parking the bus? No, fam. I feel as if as much as things are bad at United, you'd rather be there because it's counter-attacking the whole day at Atletico, bro.
He's a focal player now, a focal point player now. So Diego Simeone will go shameless and just leave him up there, let everyone else do the hard work, and let him just be in the box, head of the ball, tap it in. No, it's perfect for CR7's game. Tactically
No,
speaking.
I can't see it, man. Because like what Don's was saying, the counter attack would be the option for the system, and we've just seen how bad Ronaldo's been in the counter attack. Even though he's got 18 goals, he's not played that well in the counter attacking side. There's certain games where he scored like 2 goals, 3 goals to make it like 18 goals. But overall, his play in the counter attacking side at Man United has not been any good. He's tried to come deep. I've seen Ronaldo try step overs when he's come deep because he gets bored up front. Yeah. So imagine him in Atletico Madrid. He will try and come deep to get involved because you will get tired of getting no service. And Ronaldo can't do anything when he comes deep anymore. I remember seeing Ronaldo doing 1-2s with his own teammates. It would be 1-2 and then go back to 1. They wouldn't progress the ball because Ronaldo can't
Eddie, you're missing one. You're missing one key fact. He didn't have a manager at the same caliber of Simeone at United. So if he has a quality manager who knows how to use tactics,
it's more discipline with words, bro. Like Ronaldo would thrive in chaos than in super discipline.
It's not worse. The guy's experienced. He's a top athlete. People keep underestimating.
Have you not forgotten that Ronaldo smashed the kid's phone when he got frustrated? Can you imagine?
Yeah, but that's fine. That's fine.
The kid will get a new phone. Relax, Eddie. Relax.
Yeah, exactly. You buy a new one.
Old Trafford RDS. We saw what happened, man.
I think the thing is Ronaldo thrives in a place where he has a free role, and unfortunately at Atletico, everyone has to be involved in the build-up play.
But then your argument is that Bayern Munich's the perfect fit for him, then, because he'll get that free role.
Bayern don't want him.
Yeah, that's the only issue. But I think they will sign him.
Let me quickly go some comments, guys. Sorry. So Megs Perisic is better than Martial. Anthony is the Serie A fan. Is there any truth to this comment?
Yeah, Perisic is very, very good. Like Perisic, I mean, well, the thing is, Martial, I guess, like I've seen him, you know, when he's in his top form. He's a pretty good player, of course. But this season, if I'm judging it based on what I think will happen in the Premier League this season, I think Perisic, especially under Conte, will do very well. Perisic was pretty much the best left wing back in the Serie A this season, and he had his best season. I wouldn't say his best season in his whole career, but one of them for sure. He had an incredible goal and assist stats, and he's a very good player because he uses both his left and right foot. And that makes him dangerous, of course, and he's very good in the one-on-one. And he actually surprised me by how good he was this season. So he's coming off a very good season with the similar formation side, but I guess Conte had already worked with him the previous year, so I can only think highly of him and how he's going to perform. So I think Perisic will be better this year, if I'm being honest.
Let me start real quick, yeah? This comparison, just on paper, looking at the styles of the players, they're different players. Like Martial is not a proper wing back. I mean, I put it down to Man United's incompetence of misusing Martial because he was doing well up front under Van Gaal. If you guys remember, Factos, I don't know if you remember, Martial up front. Yeah. Remember when he's turning Van Dijk inside out, man?
Southampton.
Up front, not on the wing. Yeah. So it's like, I don't know why he was ever put on the wing, man, because
because Rashford came in. Rashford made his debut. And remember, Rashford, when he first came in, he was a striker, wasn't it? In his first season. So that pushed Martial on the left. And he was really good on the left. I'm not going to lie to you. Martial on the left under Van Gaal was really, really good.
Yeah, under Van Gaal, but then the seasons after, he lost the guidance. And for me, he just turned into like a one-dimensional player in the way he would always just cut inside. He wouldn't stretch the other defender to go the other way and put him towards
I think better is the wrong word, right? I think Perisic is more consistent than Martial, but Martial is the better talent, right? So you
I mean, Perisic is talented.
I'm saying both of them. If you look at who has a higher ceiling, I'm saying if we looked at who has a higher ceiling, I would say Martial. But who is more consistent? The thing is, Perisic is more likely to give you 7 and 8 out of 10s more consistently than Martial. Whereby Martial could drop you a 10 out of 10, then fall off, and then give you a 9, and then a 6 or 5.
Then
so,
a 2.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Perisic is the more consistent player. Which when you have pragmatic managers like your Contes and your Mourinho's, they'll take the consistent player over the talent.
I feel like Tottenham are going to be a problem for big teams next season. Like, if you're Man City and Liverpool, Tottenham are going to give you serious problems because with that high line and them packing that bus, like Conte knows how to
lose points against the small teams, so it balances itself out.
Yeah, you say that, but they've also made improvements in their attack though as well. Do you see what I mean? So it's a hard one.
The thing is that kind of play comes with a cost, right? So normally we're gonna conserve energy and then catch on the counter. Now the thing is, against a team that packs the bus, those tactics don't work because they're also waiting for you. So it's like the same tactic against each other. Hence, if you see there are games whereby they had no shots on target.
Yeah. Now I agree with you, but like, who have they signed that's attacking? I know they've got Bissouma. Who else have they got?
Richarlison.
Come on.
No, you asked. I had to
answer. Yeah. Just
so yeah, you're right. They might struggle against the small teams, but against the big teams, even against United,
against the big teams, cook, man.
Yeah, they'll smash us, bro. Like, I can see
you know what I like with Conte? Like, he can change it up a little bit because we saw what he did with Chelsea when they won the league. They weren't just completely counter-attack. From what I watched there, they played. Yeah, it was counter-attack, but then there would be.
But you know who they had in midfield?
They had Fabregas, man. They had Fabregas, bro. The thing is, I'm saying you need against a low block. You need teams that can unlock.
Yeah, you need somebody like a Fabregas, KDB, somebody like that.
So hence I'm saying, if you look at what they have a lot of workmen, right? People who will and with that, it's hard to find a workhorse with a lot of creativity. That is a rare breed, especially for a midfielder who works his ass off, and is very creative when needed. Hence, you saw Kane dropping to that 10, just to give them something.
But do you not think between Kane and whatever that guy's name, yeah, between Ken and him, like do you not think they're going to be the guys who are going to be trusted with breaking down low blocks and playing that,
they're not really dribblers. If you look, I'm saying the thing is,
but you don't need dribblers to break down low blocks. You just need precise.
You need, let's say for example, you have a wall, right? You need someone who can take 2 players out in one moment and let someone through. And
but to do that, you don't necessarily have to dribble. You can do a 1-2 and get by.
You can cross the ball in as well.
Yeah,
bro. Like, let's say against a Brentford, bro, against certain teams, they in their box, bro. They defend from the box. There's no space to do 1-2s, dude.
Listen, bro. I've seen Man City do 1-2s and there's no
space.
The
thing is, we have technicians, but at the same time, the price of that is, when we get turned over, it's Rodri and
the only dribbler you have is Mahrez and maybe Jack Grealish.
We have players who are good in tight spaces. Bernardo can dribble you without dribbling you. Right. What I'm saying is, but another thing is, when you push your players that high, you're susceptible to the counter attack. So now these teams, if you look at like your Brentfords, they're waiting for you to commit players up front. So there's many teams like that. Even your Brightons, they want you to push those men up. Then they turn you over close to your halfway line and they have a free run at your goal. That's what I'm saying. They're most likely going to win against the big teams, but they will drop points against the smaller teams who will play the same tactics they use against them.
I have a question for everyone here, real quick. Just to establish this, where do we think Tottenham is going to end up this season? Because I have I have my opinion about this. It's a pretty strong opinion.
I think top 4. Top 4 as well. Yeah.
I think top 4. I am slightly Chancellor. This is not me coming at your club again, but I do this every season.
You better be careful.
I do this every season, and Klopp proves me wrong. But I am slightly worried about how Liverpool are going to.
Here's my counter to you, Factos. The reason why we signed Nunes, I think, is so Antonio Conte can't beat us. So it's a different a different system or a different tactic that we could throw at that Spurs back line, rather than the typical Salah, Mane, or we don't have Mane anymore, but like the typical wingers doing the goals and going past players. Now we have a target.
No,
line.
I hear that.
Now we have a formula to beat that low block, to beat teams that are sitting back.
It sounds good in theory, but I want to see it in practice. And like, why would you fix something that's not broken? Like, you guys only lost two.
It is broken.
But you guys only lost 3 games or whatever, 4 games the whole season.
Let me. Sorry, guys. We need to just quickly move the show and just quickly go some questions. Comments. So this is Eddie. Eddie, it's been on for a while. So do you think the Mourinho's finished then? Because every club Mourinho's gone to, he's punched above his weight, took Spurs to final, won United to Europa League, etc. That is something that you do have to give to Mourinho. Is that, yes, he isn't good actually, but when compared to other managers and what they've achieved, I even have to hold up my L and say, listen, no other man's been as successful at United as Jose was since Alex Ferguson. Spurs, they got to
LVG, bro. LVG, man. LVG. He won the FA Cup.
Okay, let me answer this.
Okay.
It's an interesting question, but I think it's a no-brainer when you look at Mourinho's timeline. Okay, came from Porto, who were unknown, but I reckon for that team, that was a blessed team with a lot of Portuguese talent. They pretty much had 10 players from the.
Right, they had Benny McCarthy.
They had some big borders there. All it was, that they weren't really on the map. They were blessed. But when he went up to Chelsea, okay, that's big. Went to Real Madrid, Inter. Now, after that, went back to Chelsea. But now, after that, you've got to see the decline. Went to Man United. Okay, Man United, big brand, all that, but you've got to say, not been winning stuff for quite a bit of time. The best trophy we've won is like Europa League in recent years, or I don't know if you can even say recent. But then after that, goes to Spurs. Come on, man.
He took Spurs to that final, and I still think that
Spurs were winning nothing. Spurs were winning nothing. That's not a team that you go to as a big manager that wins cups, man. You're not trying to take irrelevant Spurs anywhere. Okay, got them to one final, then he got sacked, and then where did he go? To an even worse team, Roma. Conference League.
But Eddie, hold
on, the special one. The special one in the Conference League. How do you guys still call him the special one when he's in?
But the point is that the fact is that he's gone to those clubs and delivered a degree of success, something that other managers that have gone to clubs have not done. So
but if you consider elite, bro, that's bare minimum. Bro, like for example,
of course, but how many?
Give an example. Wait, I'm gonna give an example.
Go on. Okay.
Conte winning a trophy at Spurs doesn't make him a more elite manager than he is for his. I'm saying like to people who already rated him. Wait. To people,
right, depends on the trophy. Depends on the trophy.
No, I'm saying to people who already rated him. Right. It's more of Spurs in Spurs folklore. He'll be like, oh, the Messiah, but we all know he's an elite manager. So him winning is what we expect him to do.
But he in 2015 or 2016 when he won the league with Chelsea, he was considered top 2 in the world. Ever since Pep and Klopp have been here, he's not been considered even in the top 3 of managers. Now, if he wins a trophy with
currently, the best cup he would have won with Spurs, is Carabao Cup, man. That's not really relevant. I mean, no offense, James.
Eddie, if he wins a Premier League, he is instantly number 1. If he wins a Premier League with Spurs.
Oh
you have to beat Spurs the club.
No, like that makes sense. Like we can't argue that. But I'm saying, for me, he's an elite manager already. Like
he's elite manager.
So not at the moment, though. He's not elite at the moment.
What makes because
I'm saying caliber. I'm saying caliber.
He won the league recently with Inter Milan.
So your chains will go on.
He won the league recently with Inter Milan, didn't he?
That's not recent.
He
did recently. Very recently.
You want to ask a question?
That's not recent, bro.
But then
that was 2 years ago.
But then
2 years ago.
But then you have to
2 years ago.
If that's not recent, then you're 6 years.
You have to put those things into context because, like, yes, he won the I'm not trying to, and I'm not trying to brick on the Serie A. So, but personally, I think, for example, the AC Milan's win into was more significant than.
Nah, RDS, you can't say that because Conte's Serie A was
Conte
the first that
dethroned
Inter
Juve.
won in years.
No. But yeah, but the context is one, the amount of money that Conte actually spent to actually assemble that squad in the first place.
But he was going up against CR7 Juve. If I'm correct.
Wait, quickly. Who was the manager?
Pirlo.
At that time?
Come on, guys. You can't do this, man. You can't do this.
Before Pirlo, Juventus hired Pirlo without coaching badges.
He just if you do this, yeah, like where are we gonna draw the line? Because I could say the same thing about Liverpool's title win, that City didn't have any defenders. Like at the end of the day, it's 38 games. You won it.
Bagos, you have to have coaching badges, though, man. You have to have coaching badges at least before you're hired for a job, man.
No, you won it, man. You won it, bro.
On that point,
we won the league.
Man United.
No, I agree, but I don't like when people.
Eddie, what are you saying?
I was saying, like, with the coaching badges thing, yeah. Man United have had Ole, yeah, okay, he's got badges, but he was relying on Carrick, who didn't even have badges to do the training for the past 2 years.
Rangnick didn't renew his badges, man. Like, they were expired in 2010, man, when we got him. Do you know what I mean? But that's why, like, you just, at the end of the day, history doesn't remember context. History says they won it. Yeah, he doesn't remember context. Like, there's no point mourning, like, we didn't have our center backs, this and that. Yeah. You finish first, you finish fourth. It is what it is. Like, you have to give it to context. Right. He won that league, and that was Inter's first one in like 20 years or something along those lines.
And they dethroned, I think Juve won, well, they won like 5 in a row, and then he came. Remember,
they won 10, bro.
Yeah, they won 10 in a row, and funny enough, he started that Juve winning
9 in a row.
Don't give them any more credit, guys. I'm
saying, funny enough, he started that winning streak with Juve. Then he came back to end it.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. Let me quickly just read this, and we're going to go back to Ronaldo.
Sorry, bro. I've got
head off.
Yeah. So
take it.
Big up to everyone.
Shout out your socials, Eddie. Where can they find you?
I mean, I'm on YouTube. Just like search out my channel, Eddie's Football Waffle. You'll see it. I do like analysis on certain games, especially Man United. I try and do other teams, and I have like a kind of banterful take on it. You know, a bit of humor. So check me out. Thanks again for having me on. Everyone, big up. We'll see you again in the future.
Big up, man. Big up.
Yeah, big up, man. See you, Eddie. Right, see you, man. Take care, man.
Big up.
Right, let me just change that.
Yeah, can I just talk about CR7?
Yeah. I mean, just quickly, read one or two, and then we'll go back to Ronaldo. So Success and B. 3 Joffrix. If CR7 joins Atletico, the earth is flat. Atletico financial trouble. Can't see the transfer happening. That is true. Atletico doesn't have enough quality in the middle. They have no build-up play. How is Silva going to score? It's going to be Oli 2.0. Changes micro. Remember, I told you Silva and Atletico on your stream, and I was told that I was wrong, but it's obviously CR7 would have tried. He's not going to Bayern, says Samasi. I played much a striker. Then Marshall went on the left. Level G did that. That's true. Eldon transfer. Shout out to you, buddy. Ronaldo to Atletico. I assume you're trolling by this, by the way. Unless you're assume for trolling it. So, but I think Liverpool will finish 5th. They made a mistake selling Mane, says Flex. Okay, maybe change some. Come back down to that. Relax, James. Relax. We'll come back to that. Ronaldo is the player who needs a player who scores from a score. Ronaldo was going to betray United Simon City, but United has a deal and convinced him to join United. Eddie, respect Mo. What have United done since Uncle Mo? Okay, we'll park Uncle Mo to one side. Do you think the greatest Real Madrid player ever would join their city rivals in Madrid? That would dent his. I don't think he's. I don't think so. Ronaldo is the best Real Madrid player. And also, don't people remember Luis?
He is, bro.
He
is.
They're great.
No. But he may be the most prolific.
But do Real Madrid fans think that he's the greatest ever player? I don't think Madrid fans say that.
The ones that I speak to, they say so. Like the guy's got 450 goals in 430 games. 4 Champions Leagues and 5 Ballon d'Ors. No one in there.
They don't see him. They see him as the best goal scorer, not as.
So what? They rate Raul.
No, he was a great player as well, not just a goal scorer.
No. Forget about player and stuff. The thing is, like, to be a club.
He dribbled and assisted well, world class level.
In it, like Chenso, thank you, man. Finally, we agree because people revise Cristiano's history, and he's the only player that do that to. Like
Exactly.
they judge him based on what he's been doing.
He gave you a
The only thing
decade
I would say
worth
is that if Luis Figo could do it when he went from Barcelona, I mean, he was a Barca legend, that guy, and he
But
went
they don't
from,
see him as a Barca legend anymore. Though.
They don't, yeah, of course they don't. After the pighead incident, so I use that example is that like nothing ever surprised me in football anymore. So at the end of the day, Ronaldo wants to play Champions League by any means necessary, and
I don't think he's going to Atletico though. I just don't.
Also, Atletico Madrid isn't really considered Real Madrid's biggest rival.
Exactly, that's what I was gonna say.
It's like
when
people went to, let's say, when Tevez went to like City, like it was crap, but I never got people be like, "Oh my goodness, it's so bad he betrayed us." Like if he'd gone to
Liverpool, I think then it'll be
he went to Liverpool.
Yeah, but City, like you know.
And you know what? He wanted to go to Liverpool as well, and Fergie was like, "I'm not selling nobody to Liverpool."
Yeah,
remember
that he was CR7 knows where the bigger club and better club.
Nah, he's not going there. Do you know why? Because they just can't afford him, innit? Do you know what I mean?
No, I feel like it's more of like a tactic which they're trying to use. Like you see, like last season, right? Shout out to Ronaldo's agent Mendes. They use the Man City link as a way to get United.
But it turns out the Man City link was real because
no. The thing you don't understand is Jorge Mendes has players at Man City. Like Bernardo.
No, but Ronaldo himself said it. Like there was like a leaked voice note or whatever of him talking.
Bro, he's not gonna come out and say no, I bluffed. Of course he has to play along. But I'm saying what from Pep is there was no interest in signing him. It was more like, let's say for example,
why would Pep say Ronaldo chooses where he goes or something along those lines? Because
but he's being that's Pep.
You could have just said no, we don't want him.
No, wait. No, factors. Pep praised Arteta after smashing him 5-0, like he's a good manager. Pep does that all the time.
Just to add to the Real Madrid thing, Stefano, yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I don't know who that is, so he doesn't.
Di Stefano.
Yeah,
Di Stefano. Like Ronaldo dunked all over Di Stefano's records. Like he made a mockery of them. Like when I
man.
But bro, it goes to greatness, bro. Like the 5 Champions League that Di Stefano won, were at a time when English teams could not even compete in the Champions League. That they were easy.
Okay, let me ask you a question, right? Would you say the greatest player at United is the best goal scorer there?
I didn't say that.
I'm asking you a question.
No, I wouldn't.
I think you that it's beyond. It's more of which player resembles the badge, like resembles.
No, bro. Then Ramos is their greatest ever player. Greatness is about what you achieve when you were there.
No, I'm saying it's inclusive.
You know
I'm saying it's inclusive. It's inclusive to what you've achieved as well. I'm saying, but it's beyond just goals and stuff.
Of course,
what you've won.
But Cristiano's career isn't just about goals, bro. The guy's actually won stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Players also won stuff.
I'm saying, guys, interrupt. Chainsaw, you trying to say something?
So I want to back Factus on CR7, but before I do that, I just want to. There was a comment that said that Liverpool will finish 5th. That's a disgraceful comment. That's like a red card.
They finished in 2nd or 1st.
That's a red card.
I don't have red cards on this channel as of yet. So, but Factus is
first ever red card for the chat. But like
might possibly, it's a review thing.
With Factus, it's like CR7. He dribbled at a world class level. He has a left foot, right foot. He could head at the ball as well. Free kicks back in the day, he used to be elite at. He used to do so much. He used to have world class through balls. His passing was elite as well. People forget all of that, and he did it for 10 plus years. Then he got injured in 2014, and then obviously changed.
Passing was elite at United, not at Madrid.
But here's the thing. Don't smoke here. Back to that debate. I know you're a Messi fan. I can just tell by the way you talk about.
I'm not a Messi fan. I'm a fan of good football, fam.
No. I'm saying like you probably think Messi is the GOAT, don't you? Like that's what you think.
Compared to the 2 years.
All right. Okay. That's fine. Listen, I'm not gonna argue. Like, see the way I
don't rate Salah. And by the way, I don't rate Salah. I feel like
I don't know.
Bro, let's not go on tangents here.
Let's not get into the Salah Gerrard situation.
Exactly.
No, I don't even again.
Yeah, there's a lot to unpack. Yeah. But like, so for me, from my perspective, like for example, I consider Messi to have been the best, you say, winger to have ever played the game, the best playmaker to have played the game, and probably the best false nine to have ever played the game. I believe he's in terms of footballing talent, he's probably one of the best we've ever seen on this planet. But when we're talking about greatness, you have to separate it from talent and ability on the ball. You have to talk about like achievements, what the guy's actually done. Football at the end of the day is a team sport. And if you're that individual that is so decisive in the big moments, that goes towards your greatness. Like Michael Jordan is not the most talented or the best basketball player of all time. He isn't. There's probably 2 or 3 that have got better talent than him. But he's the greatest because of what he has actually achieved. There is no Real Madrid player that you can talk that achievements compares to Cristiano. Do you know what I mean?
What I'm saying is this, right? Like I agree with you. I'm saying, but for me, it's all inclusive, right? Because when we look at memories, right?
But when you're saying it like Cristiano is a bum on the ball, bro. Like
no. It's not about bums. It's not about bums. I'm saying
guys,
the thing is this, right?
Shout out to Elton Trans. Make sure everyone is watching. Hit the like button, subscribe if you're new.
What I'm saying, for me, it's all inclusive. It's your talent and also what you've achieved, right?
Yeah.
What you achieved is very important. But then now, as a fan, we remember how players made us feel, right?
And do you know what we remember the most, bro? Like, listen, Liverpool this season, you guys playing 60. Well, how many games did you guys play? 68, which is the most amount of games any team can play feasibly at the beginning of any season. Yeah, that's a lot of games. Yeah. What this season has taught me is that at the end of the day, there's only like 10 or 12 games that really matter in a season. And it's about showing up in those games. That's when you're going to be remembered. Trust me, 20 years from now, when we talk about the year 2022, do you know what we're going to remember? Vinny's going to final. Do you get what I'm trying to say? We're not going to remember like elasticals and
I've listened to too much rubbish here.
I'm saying I agree with all of that, right? But now the thing is this: when we're talking about the greatest at a club, hence it's like, for example, let me give an example. Like in the Premier League, when they say the best striker, the best forward in the Premier League, they don't mention Alan Shearer, although he has the most goals. They mention Thierry they mention Henry
because he won more PLs, he won more trophies.
But Aguero won more PLs than Henry, and that's the fact. And he scored more goals than Henry. Why don't they mention Aguero? That's what I'm saying.
He played for City.
He also won the World Cup, though.
No,
won the World Cup.
No, hold on, Don Smoke. Don Smoke.
What I'm trying to say is this, right?
Playing for City, that's a big point as well. Playing for City, that is a big point as to why Aguero gets disrespected. I agree with you on that. That is because if you play for United or Liverpool, these scousers will be saying he's the greatest thing since.
Hold on, RDS.
Kenny Dalglish or something.
Okay, change to a final point. Then we have to move on. So go on.
Okay, I wouldn't say 2 points. First point is Don Smoke and Factos. Liverpool live in your head rent free. Like everything has to be equated to Liverpool. Everything. Don Smoke talking about this man talking about.
Okay,
this man talking about Champions League.
So what's to get you to the second point? Yeah, go on.
Okay, and then Don Smoke. Name me one thing Prime Cristiano can do.
Facts, bro.
Prime, as I'm saying, I enjoyed Cristiano.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing.
My point.
You're missing our point.
No. What I'm saying is this. For me, I feel as if Prime Cristiano was actually at United. Goal scoring Cristiano was at
No, he wasn't.
2012, bro.
Don't smoke. Wait.
No.
2012 CR7.
I'm talking about entertainment-wise, fam. You're talking about records. If you check out records, then yes, it's 2012.
Bro, what do you get for entertainment, bro?
Let me do that.
Let me move. We've got to move this forward. But I think I'm summarizing saying that greatness actually it's difficult because there's a definition of what greatness is subjective.
You can't bring feelings into it.
We need to have a Messi Ronaldo healthy debate one time, innit? You know what I mean? This is a healthy debate about it.
Well, there might be a versus. There might be a versus at some point, but I put that off for in fact, Patrick, Don, we're doing it. It's actually tomorrow. We're doing an Aguero versus Wayne Rooney versus conversation.
I'll be there tomorrow.
There's a conversation that's going to be had 9 o'clock this time. So, but let me just round things up a bit. So, just want to focus on 2 of the teams I've not spoken about, but made moves in the summer regarding transfers.
Right, you got an echo.
I don't think that's me. Is that? Who's that? Is it still there? Yeah. Okay, it's not. Okay. And what I will say is Bayern Munich and Arsenal Football Club. So I think Sebastian is still, if she's still here. But Bayern Munich have obviously recently signed Matthias de Ligt. from Juventus for about 80 million euro, which is a fair amount. They've obviously sold Lewandowski. I'll start with you, Antonio. Like, how have you? I mean, again, the De Ligt having come from Serie A and how he's been as a defender. Would you say that Bayern have made good business signing De Ligt for that amount of money? Have they had good business in the transfer windows just in general?
I would say that. So once again, I have my own perspective on this. I think De Ligt is very overrated.
Okay.
Like I've seen him play, man. I mean, this guy. I mean, yeah, when he first came in, I was believing like all the hype, and he was very good with Ajax. Juventus brought him in, but ever since then, this guy he's caused so many penalties. He's looked kind of sloppy. He's a good center back, but he's not worth that much money. That's my own opinion. And then as for the other signings, I think Bayern. I mean, they tend to know what they're doing. Every transfer market, Sadio Mane is going to have a really good season, of course. And I think that I can only speak positively about Bayern. But yeah, no, about De Ligt, from what I've seen in Serie A, I can name you a lot of other Serie A center backs that are better than him. So, I mean, I don't think he's worth that much money, if I'm being honest.
What does everyone else? What does everyone else think? I know James Bayern, so I'll come to you last. Go on.
If this was happening from Ajax, right, 80 million from Ajax, I feel as if it would have made more sense, because that's when the hype was still there and he was still raw, and we don't know what he's really gonna be about in a bigger team, right? Whereby after going to Juve, and I won't say he's been a success, you wouldn't leave a club that was bigger than yours, like in the state he was living. So it was more like he didn't live up to he's not as bad as Davison Sanchez, the one at Tottenham. I think that was the biggest, one of the biggest failures. And funny enough, I think all the players from that Ajax team, how many have actually went on to live to that hype after beating that Madrid and making a run to the semi-final? Not a lot.
No, not
right. So yeah. I feel as if the fact that he had years on his contract is one of the maybe I think 3 years with like 100 million or something release clause. One of the reasons, and plus Bayern actually have bums after Alaba and Boateng leaving. I feel as if that defense hasn't recovered. So it's more like we have no option but to cough up. But I feel as if in Serie A, I feel Skriniar is a better defender than him. For that amount,
levels.
Even Bastoni, like for that amount, why not go for I'm saying at that amount, the most safe option is Skriniar, because you've seen what it gives you year in, year out. Bastoni, if you're going for potential, the league, he's living off that CL season. That's all I can say. And a lot of Ajax players have been living off that season.
Can I just on that point? Listen, I know you're probably gonna disagree with me here, but I can name you way more defenders that are better than De Ligt. I think Tomori's a better defender than De Ligt. From what I've seen every week, I watch the Serie every week. Tomori's a better defender than De Ligt. Well, Koulibaly just left the league. Bremer is a better defender than De Ligt. I mean, there's many. Like, he's been very poor in the league.
Can I just say something about De Ligt? Listen, I'm not going to lie and say I've watched a lot of Serie A. I only watched Juve when they were in the Champions League. Obviously, I watched him for Holland in the Euros. And what the hell was he doing, bro? Like, yeah, that was bad. What was it? He was a madness. But like, I feel like there is a deeper issue here than just De Ligt. You've mentioned that the Ajax players of that team, Ziyech and those guys, have not really gone on to do anything in the game. They've actually flopped. And we're seeing this quite a lot, actually. Even you can bring Havertz and Timo Werner coming from the Leipzig system. Is there like, are players like being drew too much into playing a particular style of football that they can just only thrive in that style of football? And if you take him anywhere else, like where maybe they have to think for themselves or they have to adapt, because De Ligt is a young guy. I'll get it if he was 29 and couldn't adapt to a new league or adapt to a new system after a year or two. But the guy went there when he was 19 years old. Like, how can you not? You know what I mean?
Like, slow. Serie A is slow as fuck. Like, look at Abraham, Lukaku, and all of them shining, bro.
But even
Serie
like
A is slow.
even like the Ziyech and all these other guys, the Van de Beeks, and you can even put Frankie into there as well. Like our systems, like I wouldn't say ruining football, but are they actually ruining players? Like, can you get to a stage like where you only just good for one system and that's it? Like I want to bring another name, but I'll get killed for saying it. He's a guy in Uber Eats. That's what I'm gonna say.
I think you've mentioned a good point. I feel as if these systems actually protect these players. I wouldn't say kill them. I say it protects, because there are players who they look better than they are because of the system they're in. And when
you can't say that, but you can't say they're better than they are. Like
I'm saying they look. I'm saying in a system they look better. Let me give you an example. Maguire, right?
Yeah.
Maguire in a back three.
Yeah.
And I'm saying Maguire in a back three, he looks better than he is, because in a back three you are hardly ever isolated 1v1, right? Hence I'm saying most of these players are protected by the system, whereby when they go to a place whereby they now have to show the individual quality, it's not there, man. Because if you can dribble, bro. If you're a winger.
But did you know why it's worrying? Because every club now, when they get a director of football, they are basically teaching the kids in the academies to play that system from the age of 12. That system, only that system. So if that kid leaves the academy, let's say at 18 or 21, they struggle to fit anywhere else. And you saw them in the academy, like balling there. You know what I mean? Like playing amazing football. So in the end, it's not good for them, for their development.
I'm saying at the same time, if you have the quality of the quality, Messi is from La Masia, right? Tiki-taka system, right? But he can still. That's what I'm saying. If you have the quality, regardless of what system you're in, your individual attributes can still shine when called upon. Whereby you have players whereby the system protects them, because you can't be a winger. It's hard for me to phantom a winger who can dribble, bro. Like
because like the system says, if you're a winger, hold the width, get the ball, recycle it, so that you stretch defense, so that there is space for these midfielders to go into the half spaces and create.
That's more of the system protecting a wide player who's not really a winger and can't dribble. So
you're done.
So as I'm saying, because even in systems, let me give an example, like with us, Cancelo, right? Cancelo is still a creative player in a system or not, and hence Pep gives him the creative freedom to step into midfield at times. Whereby Walker, on the other hand, Walker can't dribble for shit. He's a pace merchant, and we know that he's an athlete. So as I'm saying, so the system will cover him. Whereby if you go in a team whereby fullbacks have to overlap, he's gonna struggle.
No, but anyways, back to De Ligt, and that's the thing that's worrying to me. Obviously, he's going to Bayern Munich, so I'm guessing they're going to pair him up with Upamecano.
SMB has a good point though. Like, I mean, De Ligt is still quite young, and defenders do tend to improve with age. Like, I don't know many defenders that I would say were like world class or peak when they were like 22, 23, even 24. It was usually when they're at the very least when they're in their late 20s, early 30s that they started to sort of play at the highest level. So I don't think we do need to remember that, like, I still think Bayern probably overpaid, but I don't think we need to remember that, like, he is only I think he's 22 now.
I think he's 22 or something.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, that's like, he's still, for me, at least a good 4 or 5 years away from potentially being in his prime.
But if you say that, if he flops up a Bayern, that's it. It's done. No big team will ever touch him.
No, but Arias, the problem is you still have a player's trajectory, right? Whereby even if you're young, you can see the improvements over time, right? Like you're getting better, even though the improvements are not big, but we can see that there's a trajectory. Whereby with De Ligt, would you say he's worse or better than he was at Ajax?
Oh, he's definitely worse, but I think that But I think the issue is that, like, let's be real. Like, when he was signed, I think who signed him? It wasn't Pirlo that signed him, or who was
Sarri?
Pirlo. It's Sarri that signed him. So he's been under. So literally, Juve have gone from Sarri, then they went to Pirlo, then they went to Allegri. So he's been under 3 different managers in the 3 different seasons, who obviously want something different, and he's not had that consistency. So you like to think that Nagelsmann will at least be there at Bayern for a bit longer, and that defending in the Bundesliga will be a lot easier. But I just think that the guy needs. the guy needs to be coached, is what I'm saying. Like he hasn't had a
question
coach since Ten Hag.
I have a question for you, right?
Mm.
In which system do you think you can actually see the quality of a defender? In a ball playing system, or in a system that's balanced, or in a system where they counter attack? Because the thing is, like, for example, let me give you an example at City, right? Because we mostly have the ball, we don't really get to see the deficiencies of our defenders. Like, for example, Laporte. You get what I'm trying to say, whereby when there's a turnover and these guys have to actually defend, we get cut through, like, I don't know what to say. So I think a similar thing is for De Ligt, whereby at Ajax they mostly have the ball.
Yeah, it's what SMB is saying here. So the problem is that very few players or teams play like Ajax. Those players go to strong clubs that don't help their development. You need to go to club that helps you develop. Exactly. I still believe that when you're that age,
he's right. Like the quality of defenders nowadays, like these men cannot defend. When we talk about a good defender nowadays, is how good they are, let's say, on the ball and how they help to progress the team forward and that sort of thing. Like, honestly speaking, the only defender that I rate on a 1-to-1 basis is maybe Van Dijk. Do you see what I mean? Like even Konate, man, that guy.
Even then, Van Dijk went to Liverpool at what, like a chainsaw? How old was Van Dijk? Was he 27 or something?
You know, chainsaw, right? This debate of Van Dijk and Ruben Diaz, I shut people down off. Van Dijk is a defender.
Van Dijk is amazing.
And I'm saying, for me, one of the best attributes I look for a defender is composure.
Yeah.
Right? Whereby Diaz is reckless in the tackle, whereby Van Dijk only tackles at the last moment when we need to, and that's what we grew up watching. Whereby defender will let you have the ball.
Pound for pound, Van Dijk is up there. I don't want to say top 5. He is up there with the best that's ever walked on his game. Pound for pound, he's amazing, bro.
Currently in world football, Liverpool's 4 centre backs are literally top 5.
Get out of here, man.
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why.
You're not beginning to sound like you're
let me speak. I'm not gonna let you speak, Don Smoke. I'm not gonna let you speak.
Okay,
he said the key word, composure. Joe Gomez, composure. Konate, composure.
Take Gomez out of that list, bro. Take him out.
No, fam. Hard yes, back
you can be composed and be shit, man. Just composure.
To be honest, back to us, and you have to take the elder. Like, probably all 4 of Liverpool centre backs walking ahead of United centre backs. Right?
Yo, resign,
United are the best, man. No, when you say United, it makes sense, bro. Van Dijk, I give you that, and Matip. And Matip, right?
And Konate as well.
I feel as if we haven't seen enough of him, because one season, same thing. I'm saying Konate. One season is not enough, right? Same thing I said with Diaz.
He's better than Laporta, though. Laporta is.
Laporta has a mistake in him. I feel as if
before his ACL, Laporta was doing bits, man.
Don Spokes, how many seasons has Ruben Diaz had? That's world class.
One.
Ruben Diaz. Ruben Diaz was exposed in the Euros. He was badly exposed in the Euros, though. You got to accept that, Don, at least.
Bro, Konate can't even get in a French team, bro.
So what?
I'm saying, I give it to you. I told you that.
Like,
for me,
pound for pound, Varane is better than Matip.
But RDS, let me take over for one moment, because we're talking about Bayern Munich and Arsenal.
Yeah. We need to talk about Arsenal, actually. Yeah, we can end with Arsenal. Sorry, go on, Chinzo.
So you have De Ligt. I think personally he's had bad managers and obviously the wrong club, Juve. So hopefully he'll improve. Bayern, well, I don't hope for it because I don't like Bayern. But like, here's the thing: people mentioned Sadio Mane. I think someone mentioned Sadio Mane on here, and you know my opinion on Sadio Mane. RDS, he's declining massively. That's a poor signing from Bayern Munich. They're going to struggle in attack. They've lost Lewandowski. No, I'm not bitter. I'm not. I've been factual when I speak, and so.
Sorry, just to clarify the factual statement, Chainsaw. Is who's a bigger Liverpool legend? Is it Gerrard or is it Salah?
Salah's clear, but let's not get into that debate.
Wait, are you joking?
Because you see where this goal thing where it leads you to.
Listen.
Sorry, finish your point, Chainsaw. Go on.
So De Ligt is a question mark. So it could either work or not work. but I'm hoping it doesn't work. Based on the fact that he struggled at Juve, he hasn't developed. So hopefully, now who's the manager at Bayern? Hopefully he struggles to like mold him and develop him. I think he's lost crucial years of his development, and obviously you know my opinion on Sadio Mane, and they've lost Lewandowski as well. So they're relying on Müller, and what is it, Choupo-Moting up top. So like, and Sane wants to leave as well. So that club's a complete mess at the moment, in my opinion.
Right, let's round this off with almost 2 hours. I think this is the longest stream I've done in a while, actually. So it's probably because it's quite hot in the UK. And I just
around. RDS.
Yeah,
What I'm saying is, people are talking about Nunes, right? Darwin, right? Charles. I'm talking about Diaz. No, I'm talking about Diaz. Like, fam is a hype merchant. Like, you guys are gonna miss. You see, whenever we were versing Liverpool, my biggest worry was always Mane. Forget Salah. Mane was always the issue, because we know you give Mane a chance against us, he scores, bro. It's not Diaz whereby he's gonna take 3 people down on the floor and then kick to the fans.
You're forgetting we have Jota and Bobby Firmino. Both of them score against you guys easily. Both of them rip you apart.
Jota, bro.
And
when you say rip us apart, bro, you haven't beaten us in the league for 4 years. Rip what apart, fam?
Yo, Chenso, I'm sorry, man.
Don't sleep on Firmino. He always scores against Man City.
He's a dusty bowler, bro.
Right, let's move on. Let's move on to Arsenal now and round for Arsenal. So because Arsenal, literally as we speak, it looks like I think Fabrizio has confirmed that they have confirmed there's an agreement between City, and obviously Don can speak on this, with Arsenal for Zinchenko for what was it? Was it 30? I think 30 million. 30 million. You know, so Zinchenko is effectively an Arsenal player, and he is joining Arsenal Football Club. He's the second signing from that City. So City have signed Jesus and Zinchenko, both from Manchester City. Do you guys think, like, you know, as I saw on a recent like AFTV stream when Gabriel Jesus has been balling in preseason, apparently Arsenal are back, and Jesus or Jesus is saving Newcastle Arsenal, man. So does this Zinchenko signing, amongst other Arsenal signings, put Arsenal in top position for at least getting top 4 next season and having a successful season?
Okay, I feel.
Oh, and also, Don, can you answer this question? Are Man City a feeder club to Arsenal right now?
No, like, you're not a feeder because we give them scraps, bro. Like, let's be honest, right? I think the bigger loss is probably Jesus, because we actually used him in big games, because he's part of is a key element of our pressing. But the thing is, Jesus is similar to Sterling, whereby these are frustrating players. They're not clinical, right? And for a forward, right, your last action is what counts, and that's a goal or an assist, right? And that's how we judge forwards. And I feel as if we had big expectations for Jesus when he joined, because he was supposed to replace Aguero. But I think from the beginning we saw that he's a good player. He's a good player. Like, he's a good team player, right? But when you are forward, you want someone who can carry the team, and he couldn't be that. But for a team like Arsenal, who are in transition, right? I think it suits them, because, and plus their whole project youth, whatever nonsense they're selling. I feel as if the biggest issue with Arsenal is their manager. They can sign whoever they want to sign, but you saw with Conte, good managers carry you over the line when things get tough. So they could start on fire, but they're not going to end well. And plus with Europa, remember last season they're only playing 1 game a week, and injuries hit them, and for them they're always a party injury away from collapsing. And I feel as if they need more. They'll need more than Jesus to save them. No pun intended, man.
They've got Muhammad, bro. They've got Muhammad as well.
Yeah, bro. Like, they need more than Jesus and Muhammad. So that just tells you that it's a serious question. But with Zini, I feel Zini is a good lad. Hardly complains. We're gonna miss him, but he cost us the UCL when Havertz pulled through. So I haven't forgotten that. But I feel as if, but I think he repaid us last season by that Aston Villa game. And he's a good player, right? He's a good, especially if, I think he's gonna give them more than whatever they have, and they can't complain because they have bums, so they should be happy. But they're not gonna. They don't have a guaranteed top four. They're gonna fight for fourth, fifth, sixth. Those spots. They're gonna fight for them with that manager they have.
I mean, like with me, with Arsenal, yeah, I'm gonna ignore the last 10 games of last season, and I'm gonna ignore the first 10 because I feel like in the last 10 games the pressure got to them, and they had kids at the end of the day, a rookie manager, and they had a few injuries here and there, and so I'm just gonna ignore those games. But I was actually impressed by Arsenal. A lot actually last season. They surprised me. You could say outside of the big teams, they gave Man City and Liverpool a run for their money.
They did.
And like it was not like it was lucky football. Like they were legit outplaying Man City and Liverpool. Like Martinelli was giving Trent nightmares.
Hold on.
Nah, he was, bro. He was.
I wasn't paying attention. What did you just say?
No, I'm saying that
Arsenal.
Go on, man. Don't mind him.
Yeah. I'm just saying. I'm ignoring the last 10 games and the first 10 games of the season. I'm just saying that they did actually impress me. Especially they're the teams that, apart from the big teams, that gave Liverpool and Man City a run for their money. They played really well against those teams, and they were playing from the back, moving it through the thirds and going up top to Martinelli. He was rinsing Trent, but they just could not finish. And I felt like they needed a better striker than Lacazette. Not as in somebody who's clinical, but just somebody who can connect the play a little bit better. And that's why I feel like the signing of Jesus is actually, he might actually turn out to be a very good signing for them. I'm not saying he's going to bang 20 or 50 goals, anything like that. But just for the type of football that they're trying to play, Lacazette just could not. Do you know what I mean? And if you give Jesus a good chance, like 9 times out of 10, he's probably going to bang it in. Do you see what I mean? At least better than Lacazette. And obviously they had issues in midfield as well.
6 out of 10, not 9, fam.
Say that again. Well, better than Lacazette at the very least.
Lack of threats. Yeah.
Lack of threat. Right? Do you see what I mean? And I feel like they've improved on that. Trust me, Martinelli and Saka, if they stay injury free, they will continue to cause problems for teams. That's not going to change. And then in midfield, when Partey got injured, they lost their way, but they've obviously got 2 new players there as well. And when Tierney got injured as well, they've replaced, they've got Zinchenko as a replacement, and he can also play in midfield as well. And I think they've got a centre back as well, if I'm correct. So Arsenal have actually done, like, they're going under the radar because everybody's been dissing them for missing out on Rafinha. And who else did they get hijacked on? I think they got hijacked twice, I think. It was like 9-11, bro.
Rafinha and Martinez, you know, so like
Lisandro.
Yeah. The thing is, and I love Arsenal fans. I love it. It's because the thing is that they always, for a team that hasn't won the Premier League for almost 2 decades, they are so overgassed when they're close to signing players. Like I was thinking, like, welcome to Arsenal. Like Martinez, I was saying Martinez done. Like Arteta's best form, how Martinez is going to ball at Arsenal next year. And it's like, you don't even have a verbal agreement with the player yet. And I'm seeing all of these. I'm seeing like, Arsenal are going to now, you know, him and Gabriel or Saliba are going to ball. And, you know, and it's just like, at the very least, just wait till the player's confirmed first, even a verbal agreement first, before you then start gassing like the guy, your team, etc. You know, so they just Arsenal fans.
And yes, just on that point as well.
Yeah, go on.
I feel like their Achilles heel will be their manager. I honestly feel like is he gonna fall out with some of these players because he's got a big squad now? How does he? Let's say, for example, if they get another winger and he benches Saka, who is in last year of his contract. Like, do you see what I mean? How is he going to be able to manage it? He's got Saliba, Ben White, and Gabriel. Somebody needs to sit bench. Like, who is he going to be?
It's not just the manager that's the problem. They're signing Europa League level players, and players like Emil Smith-Rowe, Saka, they're Europa League level. Let's be honest.
Don't say
they're
that.
Not quality players. It's the Premier League fans.
Bro, even Diaz is Europa League. What do you mean, bro?
Who?
Diaz, man.
Which Diaz?
Your Diaz, fam.
Which Diaz?
Okay, yeah, but Diaz has to. Why are you always bringing Liverpool into this? I'm talking about Arsenal here, mate. Okay, focus on Arsenal.
Money, you downgrade too, fam.
Now Diaz is a baller, man. Don't say that, man.
Yeah,
No, he's an
exactly.
exciting player, man. He's an exciting.
Don't question your footballing opinions, man.
But here's, don't smoke. This is what you're forgetting because they've got Charles Darwin up front now.
Again, Liverpool, again.
No. Like having Mane on the left, who's actually a killer and a shooter, doesn't help because you need a creator. And Luis Diaz is more of a creator.
Okay, guys, you guys know we're winning the Prem next season anyway. So I know you guys.
Bro, you guys have been winning the Prem for 31 years. You're on one. Fam.
Yeah.
25 winning the Prem. Right, fine. Like so, because let's just stay back to Arsenal to just round up. Like so, how based on Arsenal transfers so far, do you guys how successful do you start with Antonio if you're still there, buddy? How successful? Where do you think that Arsenal will finish? No. What I ask is, one, where do you think Arsenal will finish next season? Two, what signings do Arsenal need to make in the remainder of the season to actually compete?
Yeah, I'm here. I was enjoying that conversation. I think Arsenal should be. I mean, it's tough. I think I would like to say that they would be at 5th place, realistically. Okay. Again, I don't see them going into top 4 anytime soon. But then again, I mean, Chelsea. It depends how. I think Chelsea's the team to watch in the top 4 as to they can be shaky based on. I mean, they're making a lot of new changes as well. So I don't know. I think Arsenal should aim for 5th place. That should be their goal. Because, I mean, 4th place would be nice, but realistically, they're not as good as those top 4 teams. And they're not as well managed. That's the key point as well. And for their signings, position wise, it's I mean center back potentially. I'm not sure. I don't really know exactly where they need to improve, but so I'll let you guys discuss that.
I'll let you know. First of all, RDS, remove that comment, please. That's a disgraceful comment. What do you mean we're coming with
sure? No. It's changed. So to put what you're saying in context, so you can continue speaking.
What do you mean we're finishing 5th? Like, come on, guys. You guys know we're at least number 1 in the Premier League.
Right, you don't have to bite, just banter with it.
Yeah, but come on, be realistic with your banter. Like, come on.
You have to be realistic. You're not finishing first.
Okay.
We are finishing first, but here's the thing: Arsenal need 11 new players in that starting 11. The goalkeeper's awful. He's awfully overrated. Then you have Tierney. I rate that left back, but he's always injured. They have unknown right back. The centre backs are overrated. One of them's rated as good as Van Dijk, apparently, according to Arsenal fans. I think his name is Gabriel. He's massively overrated. They don't have a midfield. I mean, they just need 11 new players.
11 new players, really?
Over the top, bro. They were this close to beating you guys, man. You forgetting that? This close.
Listen, one game doesn't prove anything.
So what's up with the bitterness, man? Like, I know you guys finished 2nd and you didn't win the Champions League, but it's a new season, bro.
I'm just factual. I don't bring emotions or anything like that when I speak.
So anyway, to me, I feel like with Arsenal next season, I don't know who else they rank. They rank with a guy called Baguette or whatever, Paquette. I don't know much.
Oh, the young player.
They're getting a lot of young
they're gonna send him back on loan.
Like they did that last season as well. I got Lokonga and them, man. They've not really done much. With Arsenal, I really don't know, bro, because I feel like their manager will be, because from what I saw during that time, RDS, you're not gonna lie to me and say you wasn't impressed by what they were playing, because I was impressed. Like, Martinelli was balling, bro. Like Saka was balling, and then they just hit a brick wall when the pressure was put on them.
The thing is, they were playing when there was no pressure.
That's the problem, and they're gonna have
That's what I'm saying. Whereby with Conte, when they needed to get over the line, he got the troops, and that's experience. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That middle period of the season, I feel they'll climb up, right? but they'll flatter to deceive. Whereby when
do you know what's weird? They kind of remind me of United under Ole, man. For some weird reasons,
yeah,
like they
give
gave
you
him.
hope.
Yeah. Like we don't know when they gave Ole a contract after doing fuck all. They did the same to Arteta, bro.
No,
you know what I
Arteta won
mean?
the FA Cup. You have to respect Arteta.
No. I'm saying they gave him a contract last season when top four wasn't even like certified, and I was like, what? Wait till at least the end of the season. A lot of Arsenal fans were like, you guys are rewarding mediocrity. So I don't know with Arsenal. I really don't know. Like, I don't think they'll finish fourth, if I'm being honest. But it sounds a bit harsh. But I don't think they'll finish fourth because Tottenham and Chelsea, they'll probably fight the fourth positions, if I'm being honest with you.
Bro, why aren't you including Liverpool in it? Because
they'll finish second.
No. Change. So don't get me wrong. It could be perfect with Nunes the 3, but there's question marks. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
it could be perfect, or it could not be.
Shout
Don, you have to look at our squad
by the way, sorry. Bath time Vrogan says, hey, shout out to him in chat. Shout out to that man wearing a hat indoors. What a rebel.
Man, you saw my hairline, man.
I wear hats as well because, you know, like, you got to protect the hairline, man. You got to protect the hairline, man. You got to. So, but shout out to you guys.
Bro, what?
Go on, Don, yeah?
No, I'm saying change. So when you're saying your depth, bro, I'm saying about goals, bro.
No, we don't. We have Salah, Jota. Obviously, you don't rate Diaz or Nunes, but we also have Firmino that could chip in.
No. Nunes, I don't know. Nunes, I don't really have an opinion about Nunes. But from what the thing, Diaz for me, he flexes to deceive. Like the issue with Diaz is the end product. So whereby with Kulusevski, that guy doesn't do all this brilliant stuff, but he gives you assists and goals.
But that Don Klopp could make a new player a false winger, like he did with a false 9. So he could, by false winger, I mean, like,
who's this guy, man? Where's he coming from?
Shout out to Bath time, man. What's high? The hairlines on our back or our backline under Ten Hag.
Probably the back line, man.
Well, that's if Ten Hag plays it, man. If he plays it with Bailly and Martinez.
Bailly is money, man. Bailly is money.
But Maguire and Lindelof as a back line, that's you can't play highlight with Maguire and Lindelof.
Dead, bro. Dead. But having said that, bro, I know we're gonna do probably season predictions at some point. But I don't think 10 Shag or whatever, 9 Hag, whatever these guys call him. I feel like he's gonna surprise a lot of people next season, you know.
Right.
But, yeah,
right,
especially
guys, Antonio said, hey guys, thank you. I have to sign out. Enjoyed the conversations. Thank you, Antonio. Guys, thank you so much. We are rounding up. It's been probably the longest United form stream we've done in a while, but like I'm gonna try and fix this as like weekly around this time, 9:00 on Mondays, where like we start talking about United and then just talk about just everything football related. It is very laid back. It is an open hangout. It's very casual. But guys, thank you so much for being on. Chainsaw, Don Smoke, Factos Man, and everyone in the chat. Really, really appreciate it. Just before we round up, do you want to shout out your socials? Where can people find you?
I'm just here to talk football. Don't have no channel, nothing.
Yeah, I don't actually. I think Chainsaw, you're the only one that has the YouTube channel here, and that's not even a football channel, is it?
Yeah, it's just an anime channel. So,
well, like Final Fantasy in that.
No. It's just anime clipped and so forth. But
okay, fair enough.
Same as my name.
No,
doesn't Don Smoke have a channel? Oh no.
No, bro. I'm just out here in the streets, man.
You know, we're just out here talking football, man. We don't need to have a channel. We're just here to talk.
Well, guys, stay tuned for tomorrow's show. 9:00 tomorrow. We are going to be having a debate. It is Aguero versus Wayne Rooney, man. Aguero versus Wayne Rooney. Who was the better football player? Who achieved more? Remember to like, share, and subscribe to Adele Sujo.
Don't smog. I'll see you there.
Have a nice day, everyone. And
right,
cheers,
peace.
man. Peace.